Welcome back
Jesus.
to the Dick Van Mike Show. This is episode 39.
Yeah.
It's a very special episode because I get to be all selfish and shit. I'm yelling into the mic.
I don't think it's anything important.
Yeah, you're super excited.
Yeah, it's a big day.
No, it's not.
Well, it's not. I mean, yesterday, according to the listeners, was a big day.
Yeah.
I revolved
not
around
really.
the sun for the 27th time. It's kind of fucked up to think
For
about.
people that aren't thinking, because it's probably like 7 or 8 in the morning and you're driving to work, it was Dick's birthday yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it means when I revolve around the sun.
Yeah,
for
but
the 27th
If
time.
you heard that in a podcast, would you think about it mathematically, or would you just be like, what?
I don't know. I think I can.
I'm dumb as shit. So.
I mean, I'm obviously smarter than both of you, according to that. But anyways,
Either that or you're gaslighting us.
it's my 27th birthday yesterday.
Woo.
So happy birthday to myself.
Belated.
You're wearing the same shirt as you did last week.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No way.
Yeah. I made fun of the Silver Salmon Challenge. I
Fact
did.
check it right now. Oh, we don't have the video up yet. God damn
Somebody's slacking.
It's all right. I only put this on because I went to go see to do a little road trip today. But yeah. Anyways, welcome back.
We're celebrating the festivities with another guest
Yay.
again.
Yeah.
I'm back.
We got Matt back
Hey.
to redeem the audio from the last thing that I fucked up. That everyone thinks I fucked up on purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we talked about you pooping.
No details
Wasting
this time.
wasting
details
no,
this
fucking time.
No specifics.
time. Yeah, no specifics. But poop was involved.
There was poop.
Yeah. So we got. Oh my God! Speaking of poop.
The silver salmon and the brown log.
Speaking of poop, it wasn't me this time, but somebody stepped in dog poop and wore their shoes into my family's house.
Oh.
It didn't track very far, but yeah, it was.
So it happened here,
Yeah,
and then it happened at your house.
yeah. But that one wasn't me. I just don't want to throw the
Okay,
person under
fuck
the
it.
bus.
This
But
might be a conspiracy. Someone might be.
Fuck it, you wanna
I
drive-
think someone's trying to fuck with me here.
You
in the
want
poop
to
situation.
drive me home? I'll get it in your car too.
No thanks. Nope.
Feet up on the dashboard like every girlfriend.
Oh, I would ruin you. I wouldn't even drive. I don't drive when people do that.
Just shitty footprints
Yeah,
right on
make
the inside of your window.
Yeah, make your car look like the bathroom in Dumb and Dumber.
I haven't seen that since I was a kid. I'm gonna
Make it
turn
look
this-
like every public washer at a gas
Pretty much
station.
just
There we go.
leans on the radiator in the bathroom with a chocolate bar in his back pocket, and then it's just everywhere and just smears it all over the walls in the mirror trying to clean it up while he's at a girl's house. And then the dad walks in and just goes, "What happened in here?"
I tried to watch the new one. It was bad. It was really, really
I
bad.
didn't enjoy it.
Well, that's what happens when a movie, like a sequel, comes out 15 to 20 years later.
And they're like 70 years old.
When did it come out?
Oh,
Like a few years ago?
Dumb and Dumber 2, I think, came out, and that's what they called it. Dumb and Dumber 2, but it's the word 2. Like, it's like Dumb and Dumber 2.
like
TOO?
yeah.
Because there was already a second one, but it was a prequel.
Yeah. But essentially,
Wow.
yeah, it was just not good.
I know. I miss the early 2000s when every sequel was just owned by National Lampoons.
Yeah.
And like you just knew it was going to be wildly mediocre, but you could enjoy it for what it was.
Exactly.
For the laughs.
Yeah.
All for the lulz.
I like there's certain episodes of Family Guy where they'll play on old movies and they'll go, what if it was actually realistic? And I was watching the episode the other night where they talked about like if Home Alone was an actual thing. And the guy goes, "Oh, yeah, the doorknob was really hot, so I just like let go of it and opened it with my shirt." And the guy goes, and they walk in and go, "Oh, be careful, there's ice by the stairs." And the kid comes to the top of the stairs and just goes, "Just so you know, I have a tarantula." They just turn and shoot him in the forehead, and they go, "Oh, good, now there's no witnesses."
It's so dark.
It's fun. It's true though.
Yeah. Yeah, like no one's going to walk into a room and not see the hundreds of micro machines on
I mean,
the
okay,
floor.
you're a fireman. If
Okay.
you walked up to a house and the doorknob was glowing red hot and you touched it and it was evidently hot, would you hold on to it and scream, or would you just let go?
Yeah, you're a fireman. That's why that's relevant.
Well, I'm consulting a professional.
Well,
Sure.
if you want to go professional on it, we would try the door, but if it's hot, generally you touch it with the back of your hand.
Yeah, see?
Because you got to grab stuff
Yeah.
with the front of your hand, and you don't want to burn your hand.
I saw this meme once, and it was like, who would win in a fight, like Vin Diesel or like Kevin McAllister while he's at his own house?
Like present day Vin Diesel or like prime
I
Vin
think
Diesel?
like maybe Fast and Furious 4 Vin Diesel.
Because
So
current
like prime.
day Vin Diesel is
Like,
No, I think
is
like
Sad
eating-
Bod Extreme.
is eating SpaghettiOs watching like Golden Girls right now.
if we want to like match them evenly, I think you need like the pacifier Vin Diesel, the one
Pacifier
where he's
Vin
dealing
Diesel.
with kids.
I
and then
haven't
he can
seen
go
that in
evenly
time.
like Had to
Pacifier
have
was
the
that was a good movie. I did like Pacifier. I saw that in theaters. I remember that.
Yeah.
Was it you that was telling me that Macaulay Culkin changed his middle name
Yeah, we
to
talked
Macaulay Culkin?
We called
So it's
Yeah,
Macaulay,
I-
Macaulay
there was a
Culkin,
Twitter poll.
Culkin.
There was a Twitter poll, and somebody ended up entering Macaulay Culkin as a choice, and it won by a landslide.
Yeah.
So his legal name is now Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. It was like the same as there's a contest for a boat. And like
Okay.
they put it on the internet to what they named the boat, and the name that won was Bodie McBoatface.
Did you not? What about the Lay's contest where they said the fans are gonna pick the new flavor
Yeah.
of Lay's, and the winning flavor was orange juice and toothpaste? So they canceled the contest.
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't leave it to Twitter to pick your
Never.
contest results.
Never ever put a contest on Twitter.
Yeah.
If you want it to go seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's
Or
the
just
rule of
on the
thumb.
internet in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really got to pick your
Yeah.
places.
Didn't the same thing happen with naming the new tiger cub or a panda or something at the Toronto Zoo? Or
Yeah,
a
it
zoo?
didn't go well.
And they named it like something really awful.
What was it?
I don't remember. Hold on, I gotta
Yeah.
find it now.
I don't know. Back on the Lay's thing, when they do those flavor contests and they have like all the random flavors in the stores, I wish there was runner-up spots that they still produced. Because every year I have liked like the second place flavor.
Oh,
And
they're like
then-
some good stuff.
Yeah, and then you never see it again. And they choose the one that's the closest to probably like something they're already producing.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like instead of bacon and cheese this year, the winner was cheeseburger. Like something
bacon
like that.
cheeseburger.
They had tzatziki flavor and it was fire. It was so good.
That's
And I've never seen it
interesting.
again.
Oh, here we go. Actually,
All right, Tiger Cubs.
I found an article. It says Beyond Bodie McBoatface, 9 public naming contests that ended terribly.
Okay,
okay,
let's
go through them. I want to know
Okay, you ready?
one at a time. Just we'll talk about it.
All right, hold on. Number 1. Long before Bodie McBoatface, another. Oh, why does it keep going blank while it's loading? So now I can't read it. All right,
You're
there
on
we
a
go.
Sketchy site, right? Clickbait.
Another public naming contest captured the collective imagination of internet users. Environmental group Greenpeace solicited name suggestions for one of their endangered humpback whales that it had tagged. The organization hoped the contest would call to attention to Japanese fisheries agencies' plans to hunt 50 whales, but to their dismay, Mr. Splashy Pants claimed 78% of the vote.
That's awesome.
This is like one thing.
Does it
like,
say like they're the runner-ups or anything?
No.
No.
Oh, I'd love to.
Oh yeah, the beating out more serious suggestions like Aiko, Aurora, and Shanti.
So like
Shanti.
actual like decent
Yeah,
names.
Mr. Splashy Pants
I like
was
the
the
Aurora
winner.
one. That's good.
Well,
All right.
Aurora is what's it? Little Mermaid, isn't it? No, that's not.
No.
Aurora
What
is-
Disney princess is that? I know. Ignore me.
Ariel is
Ariel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Who's Aurora?
is
That's
the
Sleeping
mermaid.
Beauty.
Aurora?
Yeah, Sleeping
I don't think
Beauty.
Aurora is one.
Yeah, Aurora's a princess.
Is it?
Yeah, Sleeping Beauty. I think. I don't know. I'm gonna be wrong.
Sleeping Beauty
Don't
is
quote
Belle.
me. Don't quote me. No, Belle's
That's
Beauty and the
Beast.
Oh, I don't fucking know,
You just
man.
got fucked 2 times.
All right, so we're not playing Disney Trivial Pursuit
No.
anytime
You guys
soon.
want another one then?
Yes.
Yes. Let's
All
go.
right. BC Ferry Services, a transportation company in British Columbia, got a rude awakening when it asked customers to name 3 of its ferries back in 2015. Some commuters who were less than pleased with the recent fare increases used a poll to voice their distaste.
Oh,
Among 7,100 entries were SS should have been a bridge, Spirit of the Wallet Sucker, Queen of No Other Choice, and the Floating Crapsicle.
Wow. Yeah,
There we
that sounds
go.
like a whole bunch of bad Yelp reviews.
Columbia's-
in the names.
Yeah.
Colombia's indigenous coast Salish population. The vessels were named Salish Orca, Salish Eagle, and Salish Raven.
Wow, that's less exciting. That's kind of a
I know.
letdown.
I think these alone just go to prove, like, I don't care how good of a stand-up comedian or writer you are, you're never gonna be funnier than people on the internet.
Yeah, I know.
That's
There's
it.
always the one person that's gonna have a lucky break and make the funniest fucking comment of the of the
and
decade.
it's something juvenile. It's something we've all been thinking probably for a long time.
Here's a
Right.
good one involving Fred Durst,
Oh God,
frontman of Limp Bizkit for Richard.
Yeah, I don't
does
know.
he still have a greasy mustache?
Yep. Limp Bizkit frontman Fred Durst has lent his lyrical talents to timeless new metal hits like Nookie and Break Stuff, and he nearly lent his name to a solid waste department in Austin, Texas. In 2011, residents participating in a public naming contest overwhelmingly voted in favor of suggesting by 24-year-old, I'm not going to name him, to rename the department to the Fred Durst Society of Humanities and Arts. And it's a waste department.
That's funny.
Humanities and arts.
The solid waste department in Austin. They wanted to call it the Fred Durst Society of Humanities and Arts.
That's hilarious.
Literally throwing dirt on his name.
Yeah. They're throwing Durst on his name.
Oh.
Wow.
Write that.
Okay.
Put that in the dad joke pile.
Talk show host Stephen Colbert is the master of hijacking online naming contests. In 2009, NASA held a poll to find a new name for Node 3, one of the modules of the International Space Station. Colbert was the uncontested winner, thanks to the comedian's loyal fan base. Oh, wait, hold on.
Hold on. He's getting it.
I'm trying to find... Oh, yeah, they named it Colbert. Was the abbreviation. It standed for Combined Operational Load-Bearing External Resistance Treadmill.
Wait, what was it for again? I already forgot.
Huh?
What was the name for?
A whole node of the space station.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What else do I got here? When your target market happens to be teenage boys, it's probably best to not let your customers pick out a name for a new product. The makers of Mountain Dew learned this the hard way.
Oh, no.
Back in 2012 when it hosted Dub the Dew poll for a green apple flavored soda. They went from bad to worse. Some like Sierra Mist and Soylent Green were relatively harmless when compared to the names that topped the leaderboard like Diabetes and Hitler Did Nothing Wrong.
Oh, my God.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ. That's so bad.
Diabetes?
How was that like 6 on the list?
No, that was 5.
Oh, okay.
And then Mountain Dew had to do an official apology and shut it down.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, when you're winning suggestions, Hitler did nothing wrong.
Oh my
so
God.
bad.
Oh, man. Soylent Green, that reminds me of Futurama because they had Soylent Cola in
This-
Futurama. Like,
Maybe
as an
it
actual
was.
drink.
Maybe it was like a reference.
Yeah.
Oh, is it just gonna get really bad? Is it
So-
going dark?
This is a website. There's a website called Name My Daughter, okay? And you can actually
Oh,
no.
you
come
can
on.
start polls to get your kid named.
Okay.
So this dad went and did a spiel and did, "Hi, my name is Steven, and much to my disbelief of my wife, I've decided to let the internet name my daughter." Yeah, that is an asterisk. Unfortunately, internet, I know better than to trust you. We will ultimately be making the final decision, alas. Oh, hold on. These were the winning ones. Yeah. The 2 top ones. He goes,
no.
"Alas, my daughter shall not be named Wacky Taco 692 or Cthulhu."
Someone just like randomly generated username. Wacky Taco
Oh my God. Some of the
692.
other top suggestions
Oh, no.
included Megatron and Street Lamp.
Street Lamp. Megatron is the Family Guy reference because that's Meg's actual legal full name.
What is? Oh, Megatron.
Megatron
Yeah.
Griffin.
Really?
Yeah. Because Lois was like out cold after the birth, and Peter got to write the name on the birth certificate.
Oh my God. They did a vote to change the Harry Bales Center in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and the winning one was Harry Balls instead of Harry
Of
Bales.
course it was. How did they not see that coming?
Oh my God.
Yeah, internet
Oh.
wins every time.
Yeah, right? It's just bad.
Oh my God.
Now I feel pretty good about Bodie McBoatface's
Yeah,
decision.
right? Like,
A, s-
when you compare it.
a school in Austin, Texas,
Oh no.
Robert E. Lee Elementary School, that was getting renamed. The top 2 were John Cena Elementary and Donald J. Trump Elementary.
Donald J. Trump. Go John Cena. I would.
So random. The most random selections ever.
What if John Cena was the principal? You'd never
Oh
know
my
it. You
God.
can't see him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, right?
and the Cincinnati Zoo. This is the one. This is the one I was
Oh,
thinking of.
shit.
The Cincinnati Zoo. They had a new a gorilla being born
Okay.
after Harambe had been killed. This was like a couple of
Oh,
years
that's
later.
the same zoo. Okay.
The same
Yeah.
zoo, and they sent a poll out to name the new gorilla.
Please
and
tell
the
me it's
wi-
just Harambe too.
the top 4 here,
Oh, no.
starting 1 and then going to 4 was Harambe McCongface, Haram Baby, Haram Bay, like Bay, and the last one, Harambe's Revenge.
That just sounds like an entire like
That sounds like a
spin-off
series of
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harambe's is just Valentine's Day episode.
Yeah, exactly. And that's it.
Oh my god.
There you go. Those are some naming contests that have gone horribly wrong.
Harambe's Revenge.
Harambe's Revenge.
That's actually like a good name for something.
Damn.
Like a username or something.
I want a nice ice cold glass of Hitler did nothing wrong.
What was that one for again? Mountain Dew?
Mountain Dew.
Oh my
Dew.
god.
A green apple flavored Mountain Dew.
What was this? What was the other runner up?
It was just Soylent,
diabetes.
diabetes and Soylent Green.
And Soylent Green, yeah.
Hold on, can we pull up the definition of Soylent?
What do you mean Soylent?
Yeah, like I don't know. I've
Like
heard.
define Soylent?
Like I think it's like Soylent.
Soylent.
I want to understand the full intelligence of this joke because Futurama uses it too.
Soylent is a brand of meal replacement products made by Soylent Nutrition.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
It's
apparently.
pretty generic. I was hoping for something funny.
Filters an oh, that's it. An undesirable, lackluster, and artificial food stuff. That's what the definition
So
is.
it's
Just fake food, yeah.
it's Soylent Green.
So fake as shit green. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
fake green.
there you go.
Well, let's
Well-
just like strawberry. Strawberry flavored doesn't even taste like strawberries.
Not at all.
No,
Not even slightly.
No.
No, it tastes like pink.
Yeah.
Like it
Just
tastes like what pink would taste like. I guess I don't know how to describe it, but I remember you know
Yeah.
strawberry milk. I used to have that shit all the time in high school.
Yeah.
It's
course you did.
I had it like I'm not gonna say recently, but it was like within the past year. I was so excited, and like one sip, and I was like, "This is fucking nasty. Like it's so gross.
We
How
used
did
to
I
have,
drink that so much?
And you used to have like the syrup, so you could like really overdo it and just like
Oh, it's so
mix it in.
yeah, nasty stuff, and definitely it does
It
not
tastes
taste
like cough syrup.
It does not taste like strawberry.
No.
I like
At
the
all.
Nesquik syrup though. The
The
Nesquik
chocolate?
chocolate one was
Well,
fun.
yeah, everybody likes that.
That was the
Yeah.
only way I could have s'mores as a kid. I would just melt a marshmallow in between graham crackers and put Nesquik on it.
you
I guess-
sad little man.
Yeah, I guess
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like technically
It was good.
powder.
Tasted like the same thing.
Also, this thing looks sweet. Last time I was here,
The
you guys
banner?
ordered it. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I
there
guess
you go.
so. Yeah, we ordered it after you were here. Yeah, it's nice. It's very clean looking. We moved the Canadian flag off to the side because we didn't want to get rid of it.
Yeah, you can't just. Oh, look,
Yeah.
it's not illegal.
So it's in there. It's in the as you see, it's in the frame. You got
Yeah.
it right behind you. You are the center of attention.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm the center of attention on Dick's birthday.
Hiding behind
Yeah, right.
money like our prime minister. It's a joke because it's a money tree.
Wow.
That was good. I enjoyed that.
That was clever. I'm gonna allow it.
So why don't you start off your birthday episode by telling us how many salmon you caught at the Silver Salmon Challenge?
2, 1, definitely 1 at least. But it wasn't for the Silver Salmon Challenge. It's nothing to do with like what we were doing. We were just on a charter going fishing. That was it.
No.
It just happens to be that the guy who owns the boat that we were on is like a big part of organizing the challenge.
I see. Okay.
So, and like the size of salmon that we caught would never even like be bothered to be weighed.
Oh yeah, they're going
Like,
up into, like
they're catching like
40.
30, 40 pound salmon. We were catching like maybe 20 pound salmon, like optimistically.
Oh, fair enough.
I think the biggest one we caught that day was like 18 pounds.
Damn.
Those babies.
Little baby ones?
Yeah.
Still great eating. Honestly, it was like so good. I
Yeah.
actually like when I ate it, I was like, damn, this is like good. It was the same day. We caught it the same day and literally went home and cooked it.
I didn't sit in a semi trailer for 4 days.
It sat on ice, so it didn't even have a chance to get frozen. It was like fresh.
Ooh. Those are best when we go like fishing for salmon. If like we catch and get a chunk that day and we got a nice section of river,
Salmon
we'll
McSalmon
just do it
face.
right there over,
Right there?
over campfire like side of the river.
Like
Oh,
it's as fresh as you could possibly get that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Sandwich
Yeah.
that shit between two grills and do the flippy thingy.
Ooh.
My dad was doing like some recipe on some website and just like it was just really good. I don't even remember what he did.
Salmon slaps.
Yeah.
I do. I'm a fan of salmon.
Yeah, I like
know.
it.
I'm
Or
a
if you-
fan. I'm a fan of salmon. Like I'm rapping like Eminem, that comedian guy that makes fun of him.
Crystal, yeah.
Fan of salmon.
Yeah. Napkins, bamkins. Using way too many napkins.
He's way too many napkins and Habana man and Santa on him
What's
man.
that?
I've definitely not seen this.
Crystalia did like a TikTok or an Instagram story of him just like pretending to rap like Eminem,
Okay.
and then Eminem loved it. And then Crystal, they do a music video with Logic,
Okay.
So the guy that plays Squints in The Sandlot played Logic
Oh,
in the
yeah,
music
yeah, I
video,
do
and then
remember seeing
Crystalia
that.
played Eminem in the music video.
Yeah.
And then Eminem shows up at the end of the music video in Crystalia's car, like mimicking the
Look at him planning.
Yeah, mimicking.
Using way
the
too many
Instagram
napkins,
story.
the babkins, and the salmon.
I think you showed me that.
Yeah,
It was good. I'll have to watch that again because I definitely don't remember anything about it.
It's very funny.
I just remember seeing something like that. I remember as soon as you said Squints as Logic, I was like, oh, right, because
Yeah.
I always thought it was the same guy because I'm a fucking idiot.
they look a lot alike.
They do. They do.
Yeah.
Crystalia looks nothing like Eminem, but
Really?
no.
Oh, I thought they were like brothers.
No.
No.
Oh,
Crystalia just always looks like he hasn't showered.
so true.
Yeah, he's got like that, like
greasy hair.
yeah, he looks
that
like
John Wick
every
hair.
British guy that comes to beat you up in the alleyway.
Yeah.
In every movie ever. It's like half shaven, grown in 2 days.
Oi, bruv. Where you think you're going?
Oh, that's awful. That's awesome.
I'm about to slap your knickers.
Yeah, they always say something weird like that. Like, I'm gonna drop your trousers and put a lollipop in your mouth. And then it's like, what?
Jesus Christ. I heard one like the other day from one of your buddies. I can't remember exactly how it was worded. You might have to correct me on this, but it was like, go shove your head up your ass and struggle for air or something like that. It's so brutal.
I think that was like last night, wasn't
Yeah, it was
it?
last night.
Where I think he said, "Shove your head up your ass and try to take a breath for me," or something like that.
It was something like that. It was just like, bro, where the fuck did you think of that one? Like,
Those are the middle school insults when you like learn to swear, kind
The
of.
best thing from high school that I remember is I'm gonna beat you like a redheaded stepchild.
Oh my god.
yeah, that's definitely one of those country ones, those redneck sayings. I remember Matt and I were showing like some of our online friends some of these like Canadian sayings, and they were like, "Do you guys even speak like a language of like
Yeah, it was just a
common
montage of
language,
like.
or is it just a Canadian?"
Yeah, it's just a montage of Letterkenny and like the Prince Edward Island encyclopedia videos, and a whole montage of just
Newfies.
Ray from Rodney doing jumps.
Oh my god!
Showing them all those videos too.
Yeah.
You didn't put in Larry the Enticer in there?
I think you quoted it.
Larry
No,
Enticer.
I definitely quoted it.
Yeah, I don't know that you actually put a video in.
But that's
there.
what everybody knows. From...
Might still be a little drunk from last night, but I'm still gonna fucking send it.
Exactly. But everyone already knows those ones. That's the ones everyone's already quoting when they think
Yeah.
Canada now. It's straight to Larry the Enticer
Yeah.
and saying send it.
I'm so sad I missed when he was nearby, when he was doing all those club runs.
I went for
What is this? Just stand up?
No, he just shows up and drinks
Oh,
when
kinda
I
cool.
was
in his overalls.
when I was in college, there was a club visit by, I don't know if you remember him, but the fucker right in the pussy guy.
Yep.
He came to a club as a guest.
Oh my
And like
god!
all he was known for, if any of the listeners aren't aware who this is, he was pretty much just this biker dude. And whenever there was a newscast in his area, he used to just show up. And like there was a Halloween one, and he's in a mask, and they're like, "What's your favorite part about Halloween?" And he just rips the mask off and goes, "Fuck her right in the pussy" on live television, and like
Yeah.
runs away. And he did that
God.
like on multiple occasions.
I know.
Like there was like probably like 20 newscasts of this guy on it.
that's awful.
Do you remember that one where they were covering the Powerball in the States and they had that enormous jackpot? And they
Yeah.
went to that dude they're all like checking their tickets in this store. It's humongous. And they like pick this random like bald looking sketch guy with a hood on. And they go, "What would you do if you won the jackpot?" And he just goes, lot of hookers and drugs. And the newscaster just goes, "Okay."
So we go to this club and everyone's partying, and this guy walks out on stage, and the club goes dead silent. This guy's just hood up, sunglasses on, like biker dude, leather vest. His friends are all behind him, and everyone's just looking at him, and he just like leans in and just fuck her right in the pussy. And the whole club, GJ drops the beat, and everyone just, oh my god. Like, that was like the epitome of like shit trending in college, and like everyone
yeah.
just lost their beans.
Yeah, I
with
guess
this
that was like
shit.
right on time for it.
Yeah, oh, it was so funny.
Back in the good old days.
The good old days.
The good old
In the
days.
good old days.
Yeah.
Now we're getting too old for this shit.
Yeah. Right.
Well, me and a coworker were actually talking about this today. Like 27, like I think like now that we're coming out of COVID, like if any of this starts back up again, I've got like one good party in me left. Like go to a festival, like I've got one like rave.
Like the
spent-
energy for it. You mean?
Like yeah, Like, because once I get into like 30 plus, like I'm realistically, responsibility wise, not gonna have the time and money.
I don't even know if I have that in me, considering the last time I went to Boots and Hearts, I was in bed by like 11 p.m. every night. Everyone's like, "What are you doing? We're going to the after party!" Like all the freaking young guys and like the little brothers of the people we were there with and stuff. They're like, "We're gonna get lit till 4 a.m." I'm like, "I'm gonna have a sandwich and go to sleep." Like,
I know. I'm still unintentionally looking at the clock and it being 4 a.m. So I think I've got one good intentional party left,
and that's it.
Like
and then
one good college style party.
Yeah, one good like full send,
broken coffee table, like, shit in the kitchen sink. Like,
take the next 2 days off,
frat party kind of thing.
Yeah. And
take
then
the next 2 days off to recover.
Once I get into my 30s, financial responsibilities, unless I win the lottery.
Yeah, and then in which case it's party every day.
And then I'll be dead in a month.
Yeah.
Just, between fast cars and partying, I'm probably going to die.
I straight up told a friend of mine, because I'm one of the only guys with a bike in the group, and I keep trying to convince people so I'm not so lonely all the time. And the one guy I asked, the same guy that did the head up the ass, take a breath of air quote, was I straight up told him, I go, "Why don't you get a bike? Like, you're always looking for new shit to do. Get a bike and come riding." And he goes, straight up, I'd be either dead or in prison within the first like 3 days.
I believe it.
He's like, "I don't trust myself at all."
Yeah, I'm irresponsible already in something with 4 wheels.
Yeah.
Let alone 2.
What are you going to do, right?
I mean, I guess not.
You're
not.
Yeah. You're getting one, though.
That's what you say.
You said you were going to get one.
Eventually.
I'll
get there. I'm not saying no. I'm just not yet. I'd rather get like a second car first.
You get a second car.
Just to whip around, bro.
That's what a bike is for.
Nah, no, I want a car. I like 4 wheels.
Well, one's a project car, or you're just going to own 2 regular cars?
Well, like, I don't want to use the word project car because I'm not going to go as in depth as like some of our buddies do, but like I would like to have a car where I do like little things too, and I can do as much as I can within my skill level.
Like a 4-inch fart can?
Like maybe not. I don't know. Like I would like something that's like easy to work on for dummies, so I could like YouTube everything. So like
Civic.
YouTube's available.
Yeah.
And then also rear wheel drive and manual.
An eBay built Honda Civic with all bolt-on parts.
Sure, let's go for it. Like, I don't want to like drop all my money into it and like drop thousands of parts into it. I just want something that like might need the brakes done and like a couple other things I can modify myself, you know, eBay bolt-on parts, and just have a cool looking car. Maybe not fast, but
I'm not bringing this guy to the rave with me.
No.
What do you want me to say? You want me to spend all my money on the car and make it bitchin'?
That's exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
All right, that's what I'm gonna do.
It's exactly what
you're
you're
a car. You're a car guy.
What's happening to the Ranger?
Yeah, but I don't have experience working on cars, so I need to start really small and then work my way up.
Yeah, that's why you drop your entire paycheck into paying somebody else to do it.
That's what I don't want to do.
Well, what's happening to Barb at some point?
So Barb is a Ford Ranger.
Like how we all laugh at that.
Well, it's because of the
Danger Ranger.
Fucking Ford Ranger.
Yeah.
I've already found a V8 motor to swap out for the V6.
Jesus
there you go.
Christ.
It has a toolbox on it, a Husky toolbox. I've found someone that will be able to line it and weld it so I can make the entire toolbox a gas tank to support the new V8 engine that'll be put in this tiny truck. And then I'll be getting bumped out fenders. It'll be turned into a pre-runner, like a trophy truck, essentially.
That's how you project car.
And then,
well, that's something you can't drive on the road eventually.
You're gonna you're gonna ceramic coat yours and just like clean it every day, and that's gonna be it.
Yeah, but like I'll slowly add stuff to it as I get more experience.
That'll be the funnest grocery getter you ever got.
LS swap it. That's it.
No, it's gonna.
LS swap
I just
Ranger?
want a 2JZ swap the world. Fuck LS swaps.
But it's bigger.
Throw a turbo on that 2JZ and it's better than any LS.
And then
what do they say in Grand Tour? Yeah, but this is better.
This is better.
Yeah, but this is better.
I don't know. I'll have to make a
2JZ?
decision once the V8's in there, though.
LS, but this is better.
Yeah.
Because out of the box, more horsepower.
Sure.
Yep.
It's true.
Yeah, but you understand the history of the Japanese motors. They weren't allowed to make them high powered, so they faked it. They're like, okay, so it's not high power if you open the box, but all you got to do is throw it through a dyno and tune it a little bit, and you're going to get like double the horsepower.
Damn.
Because it was illegal to sell, cars that were like exceeding like 300 horsepower.
Actually, you want to know, while we're kind of on that topic minusculely, I saw a cool video the other day, and they took just the fuel pumps out of a Bugatti Veyron and put it in a fish tank, like on top of a fish tank, and just ran it full fucking tilt, and it filled almost a 200-gallon fish tank in like 8 seconds.
Like flat out.
Like flat out, it was filling the fish tank.
Holy.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna get this backwards, so I'm gonna say
I don't think it was
either
a
or.
200-gallon.
There's
That's
like
a little excessive.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a 200-gallon, but there's like a thing where it's like
Where were they? Marine land?
Yeah.
right. No, because the tank wouldn't even be like 20-gallon. Anyways, it's like if you went on with a Veyron flat out. I can't remember what goes first, your fuel or your tires, but one of them does. Like one of them will out sustain the other, but not by much. It's like 13 minutes or something of flat out will drain your tank and like
The
and your
Bugatti?
tires.
Yeah, but it burns its tires out before it can empty its gas tank.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Or is it the other way around?
No, it flat out, it'll burn through its tires in like 12 seconds or something like that.
So
What?
It'll just rip the tread off of them.
So if you're gonna
Like
go,
that's while moving, not like sitting.
That's
in one
while
pla-
moving, yeah.
Holy crap.
yes, you have to get special tires if you're gonna be an idiot like that.
Yeah.
Not that you have an opportunity to.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna
where's-
open this.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, do you want to grab the cubes and give us each a cube?
Yeah. I'd have to figure it out though, because once the V8 is in barb, I'm gonna have to make a clutch decision. Because yes, I want to pre-run it and do a trophy truck because I've seen lots of pictures and it'd be awesome. But also having a V8 Ranger, I also have equal opportunity to slam it and make it a drift missile.
So you just get a second one.
Slipped out.
Chill. Bring it down in 20%. All right, so we're trying this proper 12, which is
What's going on here?
okay. Wow, what are you doing? Just give one cube each. There's not one cube
fine.
each, bro. What are you doing?
We're good. 2. I like 2.
All right.
I'll go with 2.
Why are you so bad at this? Didn't you used to work as a bartender?
Yeah, we didn't have whiskey stones at a fucking golf club. You got beer or shit whiskey. You can pick.
But I could drift missile it, which would be sweet.
So this is
16.
what Conor McGregor's. He's like the face of this, right?
Yeah. Proper 12.
And I've heard very bad things about it, but you are very for it.
I know a lot of people that are for it, like personally.
I'd,
around
Hold
me.
on.
that was good.
I'd watch what you say, considering he almost threw down with Machine Gun Kelly for not taking a picture with him. They had to pull them
Fuck
apart.
that guy.
Machine Gun Kelly didn't want to take a picture. He was like walking out of an event, and he was like, "No, dude, like I gotta go," and all this stuff. And Conor McGregor almost knocked him
Yeah,
the
he
fuck
threw
out.
a drink at him.
Yeah.
I saw a funny picture today. It was what's his face? MGK and Travis Barker, both of their girlfriends, so Megan Fox and
Oh yeah, yeah.
and the
yeah.
caption,
And Courtney or Khloe Kardashian.
yeah,
whatever
and the
it is.
caption was like when the bartenders date the kitchen staff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
All right.
Two scraggly looking
Yeah.
tattooed guys.
Yeah, people on our Discord server, they were sharing pictures with us. They saw
Oh my god.
they saw MGK
Relax.
and Megan Fox at Disneyland when they were there.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, I'd be pretty stoked. You're gonna watch me cringe like a baby.
Hey,
'cause I'm
Les.
still a
Les.
little softy.
All right, I'll go half the cube for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess I did put a little bit too much in mine.
You gotta realize
Also-
my whole system is in shock right now.
Yeah, right. That's a whole thing.
That's a whole thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I really want to go hang out with those guys because their life seems super dope. They just like one of the guys that we met just like lives like 20 minutes away from like Galaxy's Edge or like I guess
And like works
Disney.
at Disney.
Oh shit, eh?
So like half decent job and then just
Epcot.
goes and hangs out. Well, like it's not like
There you
our-
go.
Cheers, kids.
Happy birthday, Dick.
Oh, thank you
happy
so much.
birthday, Dick.
One year closer to death.
You don't have to put it all back, but you can if you want.
That's good. I like it.
What do you think?
Still like Jameson better,
Okay.
That's good.
but I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Knowing that it was like $40 a bottle, yeah, it's not that bad at all.
Yeah, right. That's what.
That's the
That
point.
was really easy to drink too.
Yeah, it's smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Everyone that says it's bad is just dumb, or they're just a lot more fucking posh than I am. Or pompous. Pompous is the word I'll use.
I'm been trying like different whiskeys and everything, trying to become like not a connoisseur, but just learn to appreciate it for what it is as an alcohol.
Same, yeah.
And I'm no good at that shit.
No,
Also, I want to be able to just like put back a glass like
and not have to
people
worry about
do
it.
in
Like
movies.
in Suits, every time
Yeah.
they finish an argument, it's like, all right, let's go sue them. Fucking puts back the apple
Yeah.
juice.
Yeah, but then they actually walk into the courtroom. Listen, I just spent 40 fucking minutes. What are you doing in my house?
Exactly.
Yeah, but I tried to do the same thing. I tried to do it years ago with beer, and I had this app called Untapped, and it was like a social media for beer.
Okay.
And like, I think that made me lose interest in trying beers because I was like trying to like social media or post every single beer I tried. And it was like at a certain point, I was just like, this whole trying thousands of different beers thing is not for me. There was good ones.
Well, you can make a weekend out of it.
Yeah, like if you go to beer festivals and stuff, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a different
Or
story.
like brew hops or
Yeah, like if you go to
bars
Newmarket.
that have like a ridiculous amount of beers on tap.
Selection.
Yeah, I would do like Newmarket on Main Street has a couple of those.
Yeah.
Flying Monkeys is pretty dope too.
Yeah, like it's not like I'm gonna go to the LCBO anymore and buy like 7 of them.
The Flying Monkeys brewery is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I've just never tried a Flying Monkeys out of the can that I like. So I don't know
It's
if the
pretty
brewery-
hoppy.
I think it's one of those things you gotta pour into a glass and let it breathe for a second because it's like just stuck in that can.
It's super hoppy.
Yeah, maybe
is
it'd be
very
better
hoppy.
at the brewery than out of the
It
can.
was good.
Yeah.
I got the flight and it came with like 6 different beers and they have like a
Okay.
rose petal one, which is pretty good
Yeah,
actually.
that's awesome.
I like the idea of trying and being like a connoisseur of like different whiskeys and beers, but I don't think I like the physical action of getting there. It's like I don't like that process. I like a lot of processes, but not that one.
Right.
So I just try different whiskeys when I, buy them for other people and then just go from there.
Go for it. I don't know, when I was in Chile, we went to like this brewery and it was like literally a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Like it was like just a steep ass street with like all the clay houses and everything. And there's just this one fancy door and you like opened it up and it's like full brewery inside, like not even
shit.
like all high tech, all big glass walls down so you can see all the
Wow.
tanks and everything. And then
And it was beer?
yeah, and it was all beer. And then they had everything from lagers to ales and everything. And my favorite was pretty much Guinness, but chocolate.
Ooh.
And it was delicious.
So it's chocolate soy sauce instead of
Chocolate
coffee soy
coffee.
sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That'd
a
be
chocolate coffee, but I guess that's probably
Guinness to me tastes like soy sauce mixed with like black coffee.
it's good.
I don't know. I like Guinness. I just don't like a lot
Can't
of it.
do it.
Oh,
We did a couple car bombs the other day,
Ooh.
and it was so funny. Remy, I wish he was here to defend himself, but sorry, bro. He's like, we're sitting there with Liam and it's Matt and myself, and like Remy is like, oh yeah, Liam's definitely the fastest at putting back a car bomb. I think I'm second, and then Matt's just like, excuse me, and Liam's just like, all right, let's order 4, let's go.
Yeah, like, I was literally like we're ready to leave. Like,
Your shade broke.
Oh, that keeps happening.
yeah, it's
It's
stressed
been
out.
happening since Matt gave it to me.
Yeah.
Let me just fix that while Matt tells this story.
Yeah, we were like Liam's Uber was like 5 minutes away.
Oh,
and
good.
like Remy drops this bomb, and by the time we had like the initial argument of like who would actually win, like we're all getting ready to leave. Coats are on.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, all right, get the bartender back
Yeah,
over
get
here.
the car bombs.
Yeah, we need them now. We have 5 minutes. We have 5 minutes before the Nissan Sentra is arriving. We need it. We need them now.
Yeah, she was a sport though. She made it happen. She was real quick.
Yeah.
We even said to her like, "We got 2 minutes till the Uber's here." She's like, "It shouldn't take you more than 2 minutes." And we're like, "Damn,
Damn,
okay."
okay.
Fair enough.
You're challenging us now.
And his phrase didn't hold up to steam.
No,
No.
no.
Mm.
I was definitely the last one because I can't chug beer.
Yeah,
But,
Liam, me, Remy.
Yeah, figured.
Liam just put her back.
Yeah, you don't.
He's a competitive drinker. He's a real Irishman.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
You can't compete with that shit.
Well, especially it's 3 Irish things in one. It's the Guinness, the Baileys, and the Jameson all in one. Like if
Yeah.
he
There's
didn't put it-
Jameson in there too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the shot of Bailey's and is half Jameson, half Bailey's.
Oh, God.
So once you mix it, you got to take it quick because it all curdles.
yeah.
So you got to put it back. Otherwise, it just like turns to cheese in the cup.
Really glad I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah,
Well,
you could do like a fake one. You
I
could
no,
drop
I
a
do a
Jameson,
a
but-
broiler maker.
Yeah, those
What's
are
that
good. My
one?
dad.
Broiler
put
maker's just
those
a
back.
pint of normal beer and a shot of whiskey dropped in it, and you have to do the same thing.
Yeah,
Oh, that sounds torturous.
that's good.
It's
Yeah,
like Canadian with fucking like Crown Royal in it.
Yeah,
yeah. So 2 cheap options and you just put her back.
yeah.
Just put her back.
So I can't really chug beers. That's why I was the slowest. Like I really would struggle on that one, I think. But I'll try it.
I know.
Try
I
next
find
time.
Guinness is definitely a lot easier to chug than like a lager.
Well, it's less carbonated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just kind of
I
goes
mean,
down and like
then-
coats your throat.
Then again, in another group of friends, I do hold the record right now for pint chugging. I got a whole pint of beer down in 3.03 seconds.
3.03.
I have a video of it if you'd like to see.
Oh,
Damn.
pint.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of my good feats, and that was probably why I feel like I'm so burnt out all the time from partying because I.
To do that all the time.
Oh no, 3.7 I think.
Oh, you have like a full video of it.
Damn.
That's actually pretty good.
3.7. 3.7
Yeah,
seconds.
I couldn't do that in under 10.
That was Budweiser, the king of beers.
This is not sponsored.
No, we're not sponsored, but hit us up, Budweiser.
Yeah, right.
We'll drink you guys every day.
Yep.
I would. If
You
someone
already
spons-
almost you did for a while.
Well, I still do. It's the good cheap option. If I'm going for if I'm trying to be, let's say, not bougie but bougie, I'll go for like Coors Banquet, which is now called Original. But
Yep.
I like Peroni. I don't know why it makes me a wop, but like I do like Peroni. I enjoy a nice glass of Peroni.
Yeah.
I've never tried it.
I know if I'm enjoying beers, I'll get like Heineken or a Stella
Oh,
and like
the Belgian.
toast on those. But like if I'm like, okay, we're having a night, like it's Bush.
I
Cold as the river stream and as smooth as its name, like it's going down.
do like Bush,
Yeah.
but if I have to do cheap party beer, I like Old Style Pilsner.
Old style Pilsner.
I like
oh yeah,
Old
the
Style.
old red and green, eh?
I like Old Style.
Interesting.
Old Style's good.
Yeah.
Gets the job done.
Classic PBR.
Or
I
PBR
used to be a
back.
big PBR guy, like
You had-
5.5, but
You had JR for a while too, didn't you? You got James
yeah,
Ready
and then
6.
I finally realized that it was disgusting.
Yeah, it tastes like donkey shit.
Oh, I always got sick off James Ready. Like if
Yeah.
I was like
JR
putting back,
6.0.
like, I'm sure it like the sheer amount of beers had nothing to do with it. But, like,
I would always flip flop between the two.
I don't know.
Like
I find
James
like,
Ready 6.0 and PBR 5.5.
They also had I don't know where to buy it, but a buddy of mine when I went to visit him in Ottawa earlier this year, way earlier, he gave me one can of beer that he had, and it was called the Punisher.
Okay.
And it was just an
sounds,
all-
That
it was-
sounds really tame.
It was an all black can with just a skull and crossbones on it and said the Punisher underneath it, and it was an 8.9% beer, and
yeah,
it
it
was
sounds pretty chill.
absolutely delicious.
Did
doesn't Molson have one like that too?
8.9?
Isn't
Do
it,
they?
Isn't Molson X or Molson Black or something like that?
Oh, I don't
like
know.
An 8.9.
I know they have Molson Dry,
Mm.
and that's a stronger beer. I think that's 6.5 or something like that.
If it was 8.9, you tasted the alcohol, right?
Oh,
Or no?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it tasted
Yeah.
like a strong beer. It was like that sweetness in it, like all the sugars and stuff. It was good though. It was quite good.
I know. I still remember the day Molson is it Canadian? Yeah, Molson Canadian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing. Released cold shots.
Oh,
I think we
yeah.
were like,
little wee ones.
yeah, we were like in high school when that happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is perfect.
We're
Up
not.
there, higher alcohol, like higher alcohol,
Alcohol.
higher alcohol content in a
What
can
are
I
they?
can hide everywhere.
But it's a dupe though
much
because
are
it's
they? How
it's
much
less
content?
fluid.
Yeah, it's like 6.5%, but they're
Oh.
like a little mini can.
Yeah. So I wonder if it's relative.
What?
That'd be. I wonder if
like
that,
volume,
if it's like
volume to alcohol content.
Yeah.
like volume alcohol. So if
Well,
it's
they-
like if it's the same amount of alcohol you're getting from a regular.
That's what I'm
4.5.
saying. It's kind of like a dupe because
but it
you're
was
getting
only like
it's like a-
$6 for like 4
No,
of
but
them,
it's
though.
better if there's
Yeah.
more alcohol per the smaller size of can, because then you're just not drinking as much beer. You get more alcohol,
yeah,
or the same amount
which
of
is
alcohol.
good. But
Yeah.
like that's
But
pretty
it's
much an
only-
unwritten rule that you cannot just sip on a cold shot. You need to shotgun it or down it.
yeah, that's the point.
And they were like $5, I think, when they came out
Yeah.
for 4 of them.
Yeah,
Damn.
it was disgusting.
And it was like half the size of a beer. So like you'd go
Yeah.
skiing and every pocket is just loaded up for when you're going up the chairlift. And then,
Do you remember the good old Four Loko days?
oh,
I remember the one time we actually got like the 12,
The-
the 11.9.
The first time we ever had the 11.9, was the first time you had the New Year's party.
Yeah, bro. That was
And I
bad.
remember I said I brought two
Hold on,
for
hold
each
on.
of us.
Is this the OG one before they changed the recipe, or is this like the redone?
No,
version?
so they went back and forth, right? They went
This-
from the 11.9 and they went to like 8, and then they went back
Back
for
to
a
11.
short while before they got rebanned.
And then it
Yeah.
got rebanned, yeah, because they also had like energy drink ingredients in there that were
The
giving
ones in
people,
Canada
like,
didn't have that.
Oh, okay,
It
so
was
no, the
just
ones in the
it was
States
just
were-
malt liquor.
giving kids like heart attacks and shit
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they
it
were
was-
drinking like almost a liter of energy
it
drink
was
with
booze in it.
12% alcohol. Yeah.
Basically.
It's like a bottle of wine with 2 Red Bulls poured in it.
Yeah.
But essentially, so this like I brought two each for me and Dick.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at him and I'm like, if we have one of these while we're setting up, like we'll be at the perfect buzz level for when people start to show up.
Biggest lie we
And
ever told us.
we were like halfway done setting up and like halfway done the drink, and both of us were like,
On
I'm
number one.
fucked. Like I'm fucking destroyed already. And it's like 7:45 in the evening.
Yeah. Like, it
nobody's
was-
there yet.
We were hosting like at my house, and like I had to greet people as they're coming in, and I'm just walking up like, "Hey, how's it going?" Thanks for coming to the party.
I love when you're already half in the bag when I show up, and it's exactly that, because it's not even a greeting. It's like the start to a conversation you don't even know how to continue.
My name is Party. Welcome to my Richard.
She's like, hey, hey, how's it going? Good, man. You? Oh yeah, this is fire over there.
I said this.
You gotta
tiles.
You gotta make people feel at home, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know my favorite moment when you're drinking with a friend, like, and you realize you both get like too fucked up without saying anything.
Yeah.
And, like, you take a sip of your drink and start nodding, and then you look over and your buddy's just like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No words spoken. He's the same
You just
wavelength the
know.
whole way
Yeah.
through.
I actually only probably within the past calendar year or so learned about like the when you go to the bathroom you realize how drunk you are kind of thing when you look in the mirror.
And everything's
Because I
spinning.
like never really paid attention to that in the past, but then someone pointed out to me and I like went to the washroom, like took a leak, turned around to wash my hands, and I was like, "That's me."
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Whoa.
you're walking around, hats tilted,
Yeah.
hair sticking out where it shouldn't be. Like, oh god, I'm walking around like this. It's like when the Brian Griffin realizes his ear's been flipped back the whole time on the date. And
Yeah,
it's
so
like,
I
oh,
see why
what the
girls
hell?
go and freshen up every once in a while because it's
Yeah.
like I look like shit
Yeah.
halfway through the night. Yeah.
Yeah, I got like shit on my face.
Oh,
That's
God.
not even from me drinking. That's from lunch today.
Yeah, so I think that party, I think the only thing I drank that night was those 2 Four Locos, and it was a lot.
Yeah, and we both ended up in bed like shortly after midnight.
Yeah, definitely. It was not
That was the night a
not
friend.
gonna do that again.
That was the night a friend of ours' girlfriend was telling us to be quiet at 11 o'clock. She was trying to sleep
Oh yeah,
in the main party room.
like
Went to bed on the couch and was
Remember-
getting mad that we were being
remember how my
loud.
basement used to be?
Yeah,
How there was those,
that was
like
my
built-in
favorite,
couches
yeah.
on the wall. So she was like sleeping in the farthest corner of one of them, and like that's.
Do I know this girl?
Yeah, you definitely do.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do it off the table or
Okay,
off
type it on your phone.
off the podcast. And yeah, just we're partying, and it's like New Year's Eve, and it's like 11 p.m. So we're definitely like at the prime of the party, and
Oh yeah, okay. Okay.
and yeah, we're just sitting there, and she comes out, she's like, "I'm trying to sleep." We're like, "Yo, we're trying to party."
It's fucking New Year's and it's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't care.
This
they're
is
trying
in
to
your
sleep.
house, and you're not my girlfriend. Like, you were just a guest
Yeah.
in my house.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It's like you can go home and not do New Year's.
That's funny. I remember you not drinking, so you could definitely go home.
Yeah. Anybody?
I
No
think I'm
top up?
still good for a bit. I think I gave myself a bit too much.
That's funny.
But yeah, it was a good party. Good times.
Those were
I
good
enjoyed
parties.
all your New Year's parties, and I remember the one year we started with Burrito Kart, and like that was another like it was like 9 o'clock, and we were game over.
Yeah, I did that for my birthdays too because I did the outdoor birthdays.
Yeah, and we
Those were
like
good.
Heartfest Stockpalooza.
Well,
starting
no, it's
with
different. You always say that, but it's always a different.
Because that
event.
should have been what your birthday was called.
yeah,
No, but yeah, the Burrito cart outside on the big screen was
was
Projector.
so much fun, but like you got to start it like. I don't know. It ends up being like 9 o'clock, and I'm like, well, now I gotta nurse this beer for like an hour, so because
Yeah.
my parents are still here.
Yeah.
dope. I remember I had a couple buddies over one night, just a regular night to play Burrito Kart.
Oh yeah,
And I had it set up. Like I invited a good amount of people, expecting a couple to bail.
I was there.
And it was supposed to be like 12 people so that there was like 3 rotations of people to play the game. Ended up being 4 people. So I got my brother to bring over like 1 or 2 of his buddies. But anyways, when you're playing with 4 people, you're the only ones playing.
Yeah.
So every race you're drinking 1 full beer. So like 20 minutes into it, you've had like 4 beers.
Yeah.
That's a lot of alcohol.
And
in 20
I'll
minutes.
elaborate for the listeners here. So anyone that hasn't played Mario Kart, you play Mario Kart.
Right.
Any version of it, doesn't matter which one, preferably one of the earlier ones because everything's a bit more simpler and the races don't happen as fast. But essentially you start with a fresh drink, preferably a beer, but drink of your choice. And you start racing. The only way you can win the race is to have your drink done by the end of the race. And you can only drink your drink when your car is pulled over to the side of the track and not moving.
You cannot drink and drive.
There's no drinking and
drinking and
driving.
driving.
So there's 2 widely known methods.
Yeah, it is green light, beer's done. Like
Yeah.
you put that beer back immediately
And then just race.
and then race, or you cross that finish line, or you stop
Right
Directly
directly
Right
before the finish line and then put
Down
your
it.
beer back, which is
Yeah.
also risky because there's still like, I don't know,
If
anyone.
you're playing against my brother, that's risky. My brother's got to be the best fucking Mario Kart player I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, and then you still got shells and everything to worry about, like while you're
Yeah.
sitting on the finish line to like mess you up.
Yeah. So
Plus, if your only other challenger is the guy that chose to drink the beer immediately, then
Yeah, you're messed.
yeah, you're in. For,
I'm pretty fond of the dump the beer down the throat right away and then just
Yeah.
go for it.
So when you're playing with 4 people and each race is roughly 2 minutes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you do 4 races, you've just put back 4 beers in like
Yeah.
8 minutes.
But
Which is
even if you
which
play,
is,
even if you play with half pints, it's still
Yeah,
it's
2 beers in
but
10 minutes.
I like it. I like the beer right at the beginning because halfway through the race it hits you and then you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah. So I had all these guys over. I don't remember who it was. I guess
I
you were
think it
there.
was me, you, your brother, and
And like one of his buddies and like two
Andy, maybe?
of our buddies. Liam, I think, was actually there. No, it wasn't Liam. Doesn't matter. Anyways, it wasn't a good turnout. It was such a
Yeah.
low turnout that about maybe an hour into us playing, I was like, "Hey guys, like, we should go to the bar so we can drink less.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because if we just stay here, we're gonna just keep putting them back."
Yeah, why not? Who cares?
So next time I have a
oh no, we probably shouldn't have been let into the bar.
Yeah.
By the time
It got
went-
to that
we
point.
played,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
played
yeah.
about an hour of Burrito Kart, and like we think we finished a case of beer at least at the very minimum.
Oh god.
Yeah,
And then my brother and his buddies as well, like they finished a bunch of beers too. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
do
was
the full like swoop,
yeah,
the tornado chug.
yeah. I've never perfected that. Every time I try
It's
that,
like-
I don't
can't
know
do
what
it.
that is.
You put the bottle in your mouth and like swing it in a spiral and it does like the tornado drain down your.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So it just helps it flow better or something.
yeah,
But
it's a talent.
what are we doing for your birthday this year, Dick?
Speaking
Well-
of racing,
Speaking of racing video games, I'm actually looking forward to this. I sort of like put together this like race event within our like online gaming community, and tomorrow or last night for those listening, we're doing like a little race tournament. Matt's gonna be one of the commentators, and
Yep.
you and I are 2 of the
racers.
possibly 6 or 7 racers, which is awesome. It was originally just gonna be one other person and myself, and then a few people were like, "Hey, I'd be down for that." It's
Yeah.
kind of
I'm
grown.
gonna spend tonight perfecting my vehicles so that I'm ready for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking.
it's our own little like e racing.
Yeah, our own little
E-
community's esports event. I'm really looking forward to it. We got 5 races.
I'm so excited to dust y'all with my Sesto
And then
Elemento.
it's gonna be me and Christian, who was on here before. He was singing.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be sitting beside each other, just doing our best to
And getting
do
wasted.
sports commentary for racing. I don't know what that sounds like.
I'm gonna be drunk as piss. So
Well, you probably shouldn't be
why?
because you're going to be playing a racing game.
What's
with
what's on the line?
like you're
Dignity.
like losing?
What's on the line?
Losing.
Oh no,
All right, well, then just be deemed a loser.
I'm not painfully competitive.
We're doing it live. You're
Yeah,
gonna be
I know.
on camera
Yeah.
losing
That's
to your
fine.
best friends.
That's
We're gonna
fine.
razz you about it forever and ever.
That's fine.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm ready.
We got 5 races lined up.
Bring it on.
6 or 7 racers, 2 commentators.
Because you want to know what 3
A
or 4
full-
glasses of whiskey is going to do to me in the
a
middle of the
full
race?
live event.
Make you cry.
Full tomahawk from a corner right into the side of Richard, flipping him over and making him
Ooh,
angry.
That's gonna be. I can't wait to talk about.
He's
that.
going to be like, oh, damn, that corner was perfect. And then all of a sudden, a javelin from the side.
And then he's gonna. And there's my cue.
And his name is.
There was a left. He didn't make the left.
You gotta get a soundboard going with shit.
Yeah. Just, wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
And the crowd go.
Oh my God, that was loud. Shh, that was loud. That was loud.
But I don't know racing commentators. Like, there's definitely rubber on pavement there, Christian.
Oh, turn 17 was an absolute disaster. Oh, look at them go. The perfect apex. Oh, accelerating into turn 17 coming over here.
He should be doing my
I told
job,
you
apparently.
I should have done it.
Yeah, but you were another driver
Yeah,
available.
I know. I'm excited to race. I'm probably
Yeah.
going to hold off on the drinking until afterwards, and then we'll just get
Yes,
demolished.
we can have an after party
I'm
off
off
stream.
I'm
So,
off work the next
so
day.
anyways, so yeah, Matt will be streaming it on his Twitch profile for everyone to watch.
Yeah, Twitch.
But
It'll be my actual
TV.
birthday.
I will put a
Slash Tube Sub.
post up on the Instagram for this if anybody wants to watch it beforehand.
Well, they're gonna find out about that about a day too late, but I might.
No, I'm going to do it like tomorrow. I'll do one, and then I'll do one for the episode on Thursday.
Oh, you mean on the like Dick Van Mike?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
post
gonna
about it tonight.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or tomorrow night. Or tomorrow during the day, I mean.
And I'm going to record this stream so it could be available for later viewing.
Yeah, if anyone wants to watch it afterwards.
We could put on YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
The
can
Dick
put it-
Van Cup.
Yeah, I'll probably
What
put it
did
up on
was
mine
that?
as
What
well.
did I call it? The Dick Van Prix. I
The
think
Dick
it-
Van Prix.
Yeah.
Dick Van.
The
Prix.
Dick Van Prix 2021.
And you were going to do a logo change and make the outer ring
Oh,
checkered
maybe.
flag or something
Maybe
like
I'll
that.
do that still. You got to remind me. I'll do it tonight, and then Matt can put it up as like the.
Well, we can all hang out on Discord tonight because I got to do car shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do have to edit the podcast sometime before Thursday.
That's fine.
So whether it's tonight when I get back, what time is it? Oh, we're good. Or like tomorrow before the race. But yeah, maybe we can. Oh, don't drop your vape god.
Vape Nation.
Vape Nation.
I did that backwards.
Yeah, it's this, right?
Mm,
Yeah, this is a V.
Can you, it'd be this way,
There.
so you can read it properly.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm doing like this.
Yeah.
Vape Nash.
It's like the whole blood thing.
Yo, Ethan. What's up, buddy?
Almost got it. I cannot
me up.
bend that top part of my fingers to make.
Yeah, I
that.
don't understand how people do it. I can't.
I got that far.
Busted my knuckles.
I knew
too
a
many
guy
times.
who did like he would like throw it away and then like bring it back, and I was like, yo, you are either like in a gang or you're just crazy.
Oh, he's probably one of those guys that have like one of those. Oh, you can do it.
Yeah, but you had to like shape it. I'm talking. This guy would just like snap it into place, like without even thinking about it.
Probably one of those guys that had those like fake
No.
butterfly knives too.
Probably
I have those.
Yeah, so do I.
an eyebrow piercing.
I sit
as well.
around and just flick it around until I break all my knuckles and
Yeah.
then I put it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been like sitting there like just trying to get. Whoa, my headset's busted up right now.
I really need to get new headphones.
I like mine.
Well, mine you have all the foam is exposed.
I don't
Yeah.
think they've been working this whole time. I think they just started working. It's
Oh, really?
loud, yeah.
So he keeps turning it up, going like, I can't fucking hear myself.
And it's only coming through one side.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to
It's
it.
going to be a good time.
I'm really happy because, like, up until I guess I started voicing that I wanted people to play racing games with, I was kind of like, no one plays the same games as me, and now there's like 7 people that
Yeah,
will,
because good
will play it.
Yeah, we have racing sim seats now and everything.
Yeah, I'm so happy about my seat. Actually, I don't know if I talked about that last week or not. Did I? I finished it. It's all done. Got my racing seat. Got my steering wheel mount. Everything's bolted. I bolted the thing back down. Remember, I was talking about it. So I've bolted it in now, so it's all fixed, all secure. It's good to go. I'm
If
pumped.
I'm gonna give you guys any advice while this stream's going on, try and have emotion on your face while you're driving. When we were doing
That's
the
not
test
gonna
run,
happen.
when we were doing the test run yesterday, everyone's just
Because everyone's
And it's just, like,
focused.
TV
Everybody's
watching.
focused. We're cooking 350
Yeah, but it's not even like
around a
it's
corner.
not even a cool focus face though. Everyone's just like,
I'll put on like a racing
Like-
helmet so you can't see my face.
Don't
Like-
put on a racing
like-
helmet. You will lose.
Josh,
or should we all
like-
do it? I have my
Yeah,
motorcycle helmet. I have the full face
yeah,
and
I can give
everything.
you some snowmobile helmets.
I got some at home. I'll do it.
But
Get
yeah,
up.
everyone's
not
like
doing
jaw
that.
dropped. I think you were like drooling at one point. You're just like,
You got to be focused.
yeah.
When you're cooking at 400 kilometers an hour around a corner and he's breathing up your fucking exhaust pipe, yeah, it's because you're looking in the rearview mirror of the car, blocking the guy, and trying not to kill pedestrians in front of you. And there's cars coming at you and shit.
Well,
Like,
there's no pedestrians, but
Just
yeah,
make a
you-
death race and just kill
fuck
everybody.
it. Yeah. If
Yeah.
I start losing, that's what I'm going to do. My aim is just going to be to wait for people and just
Pit
spin them
maneuver
the fuck out.
everybody. It's gonna be that guy.
Yeah.
There's always that guy in
Oh,
Grand
very
Theft
fun.
Auto Online where you're doing
No,
the races where
I
you just-
honorably lose. I
I-
honorably lose.
I will be playing very, very what's the word? sportsman-like,
proper
or whatever.
and
Well,
focused.
you want to practice because you want to actually start getting into. Like,
we did
real
practice
stuff.
laps until like
Yeah.
1 a.m. yesterday.
Yeah, I really want to try it. So over the winter, I'm going to do a lot of practicing in the actual GT3 championships and see how far I can get. It's so cool, man. Like, I know it's so niche. So like me saying it's so cool is like some people.
No, it is cool.
It's like
that was a
telling
huge
people
market.
you're really into. Like one of my girlfriends, like, yeah, I really like I do clay jewelry. It's like probably 90% of people are like, well, that's random. But then like that few percent, like that's the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life.
No, you actually like that's a huge market, especially over COVID when all the races shut down. The virtual racing like took off.
It went
Yeah.
explosive.
And to the point where like it's literally like its own professional league now. So just as well known as there is F1
Look-
drivers,
look at
there's
what
virtual drivers.
Look at
now.
what's happened with esports in the last
Yeah.
like 5 years, right? Like ESPN has their own page on their website for esports.
And I think there's
Yeah.
2 kids that started virtual and are racing actual cars now.
Yeah, that happens too. Actually, one of my favorite things I watched over COVID was a race, a hybrid race. So it was all online, but it was real Formula One drivers versus esport Formula One
That's
drivers, and it was so funny because like the esport guys killed it. Like they were winning, like hands down,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
not even a competition. But the best part was watching the. Let me just open that back up. We're good. Best part was watching the actual Formula One drivers who realized that there was no longer a risk involved with their driving.
Yeah.
They're going way too fast, like flying around corners.
Yeah.
Like they're just like a bunch of dumb kids like playing against each other. It was
Trying to call
awesome.
all of us.
I don't know. He's trying to call me.
Well, my phone's dead. Just send him a text and say what's up. Did you call you too?
No, he didn't.
And just say what's up. We're recording.
Let's see if he snapped me. No, he didn't.
But yeah, it was a cool race. If anyone ever wants to look it up, I don't remember what the race was called, but it was like F1 esports versus real drivers or something, and just like the comparison was hilarious. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the real F1 drivers lost by like a landslide. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they probably don't even realize how fast they're going because there's no actual inertia or force
Yeah,
or anything,
and-
right? Like so.
I was listening to what's the driver's name? Daniel Ricciardo, I think. Is that his name? And he's an F1 driver, and he was talking about like the forces of braking and how they actually go through training off track to make sure they can support their own head.
Oh yeah.
Like their necks. I didn't notice this until he pointed it out. But he's like, look how big my neck is. And he's like a skinny, like he's not
Oh, yeah.
much, he's not bigger than me. Like his arms are a little
They're
bit
going
bigger.
from like 400 kilometers an hour to like 60 in a second and a half.
Yeah, and I was like, that's a good point. No wonder every single F1 driver has a thick neck because
Yeah.
like you're using all these muscles to like hold
Well, there
your
was
head.
that sports science show, and they used to just bring in like a different top athlete from each genre of sport
Yeah.
and put them through all the same tests. And like after everything, like the F1 driver amongst I forget what the other sport was, but it was like they were right in the top tier, and they were going through his daily training routine. And I tried this for a day and messed up my neck. Like my neck was, I had to go literally to a massage therapist and get them to loosen my neck. But he would lay on the couch, like he'd cross his arms over his chest, and then lay on his side on the couch and hold his head like in line with his body, so he's still like his head's like the length of his shoulder off the couch, and he'd keep his head parallel, and he'd do that for 4 hours aside.
Oh my
That's
god.
insane.
And I tried it for like half an hour, and I was like holding my head off the couch, and then went to flip over and just went like, and like my whole
Yeah.
body just locked up. Like, oh, don't do that. Challenge over.
Yeah.
And like luckily my girlfriend at the time, like her family had like massage people like in the family. So
There
I
you
was,
go.
Like able to like loosen me back up, because I was just like, this was the stupidest idea I've ever had. And like I couldn't twist or bend or do anything.
Wow. Yeah, it's like torture what they put themselves through for the training purposes.
Yeah.
I don't
They're
like,
athletes.
like if
regardless of
I
them being
did
in a
get
car.
into racing ever, like that would be definitely not one I want to try and do.
Yeah, I think unless you get sponsored, like for whatever reason, to get into big racing, like the hardest part of getting into racing is money.
Yeah, well, that's like F1. Like the girlfriend was asking me, like, "Oh, how does F1 work?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, they are based in like countries, like from where they're from, but realistically, like I could own an F1 team if I had, like $100 million to spare
Yeah,
or more."
there's a lot. Like it's a lot of money.
Anyways, I kind of got to take a leak.
Yeah, so do I.
if
But
you-
also, that's why Remy was trying to call us. He was originally planned to be on this episode, but he's not, obviously. But he's fact checking us from last episode because when we
Is
had.
he calling us to fact check us
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah. He when we said because it was Mark Anthony's birthday last week,
Yeah.
and I said that he sings La Vida Loca, and it's very not correct.
No,
that's Ricky Martin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're like always so fucking sure of things,
Well,
bro.
Ricky, that
Obviously not this time.
perfect time for a plug. No, Ricky Martin and Ricky Iglesias are touring together right now.
Who? Okay, what does
That'd
Mark
be a-
Anthony sing then?
I don't know. He was with J-Lo though
Yeah,
at one point.
I don't remember what he sang.
Um,
And
Okay.
and then he called me a dumb chooch.
nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Love you, buddy.
So potty break.
Welcome back. We've returned from our shit in the woods.
Yeah, we're back.
Opening it with some ASMR. Ooh,
Wow.
Nice.
clean.
Yeah, definitely walking home tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well. All right. Oh, I should have. Can you pass me a water? Rinse this out and try the nice stuff.
Oh, you got nice stuff?
We got Glenlivet.
Oh, shit.
Founders Reserve. Very good. Very smooth.
There's a, I
shit.
gotta find that rap song. There's a rap song with Michael Bublé in it. And it has to do with like Glenfiddich and stuff like that. And, like
Oh.
Michael Bublé singing the chorus. I'm gonna have to look this up. That's
That's-
just jogged the memory again now.
That
Damn.
Michael Bublé video. That was so
Yeah.
funny. So you seen the Ryan Reynolds singing the Grace Kelly thing, right?
Yeah.
So Michael Bublé did like a response video, and he's like, wait, Ryan Reynolds can sing? That was my thing. Everything he touches just turns to gold. Everything he's got muscles. What do I have? And he's
Yeah.
just like on the couch, like kicking and screaming.
Yeah, it's like a montage of him just watching the video and be like, oh, and him just like on the couch just chilling there, like relaxing, and then he just like punches the floor like randomly, like he's just so upset about it.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
That guy, he's
I
funny.
appreciate everyone that is successful, like Michael Bublé and
That's
Ryan
still
Reynolds.
nice.
That's still nice and humble and funny. Hugh
Yeah.
Jackman being amongst them, like his feud with Ryan Reynolds over
So funny.
is,
Over the alcohols?
and coffee versus alcohol.
Coffee
Yeah.
versus alcohol.
Did you see the one where it's like they make commercials for each other?
Yeah,
And Ryan Reynolds made this beautiful commercial. It was like so nice and wholesome, and like this is the best
Oh, no.
coffee ever. And then like Hugh Jackman's like, oh, mine's not ready yet. He's like, no, just roll it. And it just goes, Ryan Reynolds is a fucking dick, and just takes the bottle, opens it, and just leaves it on the table like this, like on the
Pouring
side,
out
pouring it
over
out.
the table.
And he goes, but it's okay gin though. And then just like that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, those guys are really funny together.
I like that shit.
yeah,
I like that shit. Humanizes them.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna get you to re-cube me here actually as well, because this won't be cold anymore.
I'll tell you what. Tell you what I'll do.
You're gonna give it to me?
Yeah. Here you go.
All right. Oh shit. What I'll do, I mean, so that way we don't mix it up. I'll put all the fresh cubes on one side, logo up.
Why didn't you just leave them all on the side they were on already?
Oh shit. I'm almost making a mess. Because I feel like one of us would get confused with our brain power. Where's the logo on this one? Oh, this might be one of the non-logo ones. I mixed them up. I see why you, yeah, I definitely mixed them up. It's alright. And I'll put the,
Dead air.
Dead air? It's alright, bro.
You guys should just make that a thing where you just yell dead air whenever there's
Dead air.
But there's always a thing on like comedians in cars getting coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And Jerry Seinfeld always made a comment when there was dead air while they're driving, but because he, as much talking as they all do in that show, like he always appreciated like when two people are just enjoying silence together.
Yeah.
And like I don't know that doesn't really work in like
Well,
a podcast atmosphere much, but like
Not in a podcast.
I always
Not
I
on
al-
the audio. Like with Joe Rogan, when he goes to pour them drinks, everything goes silent for a second while he's pouring them drinks.
yeah.
So, most of his views are on video, so it works out better. Why?
And
Can
I
not-
do have some respect for like my certain friends where if something goes silent, we can sit there and like if we're watching TV or we're just talking or driving and there's like a silence for a moment, there's no one trying to fill the dead air in
Exactly.
real life with like stuff we like. If you want to make good conversation, sure, but if you're just gonna spit random nonsense to make us talk about something,
Yeah.
like I'd rather appreciate the silence that we are
Yeah.
given in that moment than like someone just like, so like was at the Home Hardware and plywood prices went down And like, cool, man. Like,
Sick.
yeah, that's
Thanks.
like, yeah, that's great. And then you go back to an awkward silence. Now it's an awkward silence instead of just like a nice silence.
It wasn't awkward
Yeah.
until you made it awkward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty cool with just chilling in silence. I mean, as long as we're doing something, like when you and I go on road trips, whatever. If we're just sitting in silence and there's like good tunes going, like,
Yeah, exactly. Or if
it's
you're like
completely
having
fine.
if you're like having a meal together and like everyone's enjoying the meal instead of someone just trying to spit conversation while
Yeah.
you're enjoying your food.
You ever
Because, like-
gone to an Italian family dinner? It's loud chaos until food comes out, and then it's dead ass quiet.
Yeah.
For like
well, it's
an
also
hour.
a thing that if you do like host like a dinner party and everyone's silent while eating, that's like a huge compliment.
Yeah,
It's
there's
Just
good
a,
people are
food.
just into it.
that was one of
Yeah.
the big messages in Ratatouille because he was freaking out in the kitchen thinking no one liked his food.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I
everyone enjoyed it.
totally don't remember that.
Or there's some cooking movies. I think
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille is probably one of the many cooking movies that like use that.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, so this is the Glenlivet Founders Reserve. It's a small bottle, but apparently it's good.
Very
Never
good.
tried it before.
It is very good.
Okay, I thought that was broken.
Speaking of food, I went to a burger place. Oh, that was a small little one, but it was there. A little pucker. Oh, there you go.
Redeem myself.
Yeah, I was out in. If anyone's out in the area of Tilsonburg,
Tilsonburg.
yes, there's a. If you're an Ontario crowd or driving through, there's a burger place there called Flippin' Mike's.
Would
Literally,
you like to try some?
No, thank you.
Okay.
yeah, me and a coworker were working out there, and yeah, literally just asked Siri what's good food around me, and this place popped up, so we went over there. Spectacular. Just
Ooh.
burgers, greasy sandwiches, just
The perfect joint.
yeah, just good joint. I had their Philly. It was just literally like handcrafted burgers, cheese, bacon, onion ring with an egg. Like it was amazing. And
Yeah.
Flippin' Mike himself works in the kitchen, and every person that walked in and sat down, like after he made them food, he remembered your order and came out and talked to you and asked you how it was.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
that's
Damn.
proper.
And
That's
then-
real good stuff right there.
Yeah, so we were like on the drive home, we were like looking up reviews on this place because it was like a 4.8 out of like I don't know, it was like 300 reviews.
Sure.
And like the only 1-star review was the cook is too friendly and talk to us too much. And I was like, I don't even know if that's a total negative.
Yeah,
the guy's
right.
just
God.
checking on his customers.
Yeah. That's customer service.
Like if he maybe if he was just like
Well, the fact that they
are
wrote
you-
that,
yeah.
like if you were if you were looking for the bad review and you saw that, it would be like, yeah, but is this really bad? Like I kind of want to go there now.
Yeah.
It's like when you see like too many skewed results and like people do like 5-star on Amazon to leave a bad comment.
yeah, so it's on the top.
Yeah, but in this case, it's like no, that's the bad comment. That's still a positive
yeah, as
for
long
the
as
average
he's not
person.
like in your ear over your shoulder. It's like, did you like that bite? How was that one?
I'll give you a little cheers here.
Yeah.
Enjoy
See how
the
this goes.
Glenlivet.
Yeah, man. I hope this is as good as it.
I like it. I like it.
Well, that's much smoother.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
yeah.
180. Well, the price tag's like a $80 difference.
Well, it's a smaller bottle, so it wasn't
Yeah.
super expensive. I think that was like the $30 range or something. But that's good. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was a good place.
Big
I would
fan of
Sorry.
Livet.
So what was it again?
Flippin' Mike's.
Flippin' Mike's in Tilsonburg.
Tilsonburg, Ontario. Yeah, if you're swinging by, definitely. I still got to rate my review, but
Tilsonburg.
I enjoyed it. The fries were good. They were classic, like I don't know. I'd want to say like arena, like hockey arena steak cut fries, like
Okay.
greasy but not too greasy. Like
Yeah.
they're what you want in like bar food.
Yeah, yeah.
I love hockey arena food. I don't know why,
It's
but like
Yeah.
I remember hot dogs at our barn were always the best hot dogs.
yeah, lips and assholes. They're fucking
Lips, hooves, and
delicious.
assholes.
Yeah,
Yeah, honestly, they were like I don't know. I just every time I went there, I was like, I really need a hot
oh,
dog. Right
they
now.
were like the ones that were on the roller for 4 hours, like a little too wrinkly, and the buns have been wrapped in that soggy
Yeah.
cloth.
I remember working at that snack bar like for volunteer hours back in the day. It's a good time.
So many sour keys.
So
many
many,
sour
yeah,
keys.
sour keys. And you'd see the kids come up who like found quarters on the ground, like I'll buy. Can I get 1.5 of them? Like,
Yeah.
dude, you can just
Oh, and they
take
had like
2.
those Costco pack, like the mini sour keys, and like you're like, oh, they're not gonna notice. My mouth hurt by the end of the night.
Yeah.
It was like,
I will say like they probably just like let it go because like the cost of having the free labor for the volunteer hours versus how much people ate was probably not actually proportionate.
Oh,
Like it was like, oh, they ate $5 worth of candy.
Yeah, I think now they have to pay people because they have like an actual fry machine. So it's like you can't just have some 14-year-old volunteer kid.
Is that a fry machine, or do they have like an air fryer? Like
it's like one of those big automatic ones where you put the fries in and then dumps.
Well, like when they put the new arena up, they changed it a lot. Like the old one was just the hot dog roller, popcorn machine, and like that was about it.
And candy.
But now they do a bit more. They have like, well, they also have the coffee machines, but again, like that's not, you know, you pay someone for that.
You just know stuff's hot, don't burn yourself.
Yes. I mean, that's like even our concert tradition.
Wendy's.
Street meat to start.
Yep.
Watch the show, and then stop at the same Wendy's on the way home.
I have it favorited on my Google Maps.
Nice.
We always stop at the same Wendy's and get like a 3 a.m. Baconator.
Yeah. Me and Remy, when I think we're going to Danforth, so just outside Greektown, there was like Stompin' Burgers or whatever, and they do like they have like their own custom milkshake recipe.
Oh damn!
And burgers and everything, and it was like the same thing.
He brought me there as well when we went to see Big Sugar.
Big Sugar, yeah, and it's
nice. Stopped at that, found a burger on the menu that I could actually have without altering it too much because we were kind of in a rush.
Yep,
right.
And it was just like burger, lettuce, tomato, and deep fried jalapenos, and then hot sauce.
Yeah.
Do you know what that place was?
Yeah, Stompin' Burger.
Stompin' Burger. Yep.
And
never heard of that.
The hot sauce ended up being mayo based, and because we were in such a rush, I just ate it anyway. Gave them a straight warning. I said, if you guys see me turn around and do. Move. I said you need to move.
Yeah, disperse the crowd. Get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So, but it was good. I didn't have to run. I enjoyed the show, and I had a good burger in the meantime.
Yeah.
Nice.
I always like the good burger, like soak up all the alcohol I'm about to put back at the concert, and then go from there. Yeah.
I remember my first Kensington experience, and that was really eye-opening for good burgers for me.
I mean, Kensington is not even like a fantastic burger. It's good.
Well, no, I mean it was like my gateway drug to the
gateway burger.
I would
burgers.
I would honestly rather have a Five Guys or Hero Burger over Kensington any day.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had Five Guys.
You need to have Five Guys.
Didn't even realize that they were nearby anywhere.
You need Newmarket.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Right by
and
Lowe's.
they fry everything.
Oh, like on the north end?
The burgers are all smash burgers, so they're like crispy and juicy
Right.
at the same time. And then all the fries are deep fried in peanut oil.
Oh yeah, if you have a peanut allergy, don't go to Five Guys.
Yeah, no.
No, they literally have
everything
buckets of shelled peanuts, and like everyone's just eating peanuts in line and like dropping shells.
It's complimentary peanuts, so you make your order and it takes them like 15-20 minutes because they're busy as shit all the time, and they make everything from scratch.
Okay.
So while you're waiting for your order, you sit down at the table and there's just sacks of peanuts everywhere with cartons stacked up next to them. You just like fill a thing and just like eat peanuts.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a bad time.
That sounds good. I should hit it up.
Fucking ridiculous.
I think best and worst burger ever ate. Burger Priest. There's a secret menu online. You have to know there's a biblical question.
Oh, really?
I forget what it is to get to the secret menu. I'm not religious, so I had to ask my coworker who is a Bible thumper.
Google it.
Yeah, that was more entertaining seeing if they knew their
Fair
stuff.
enough.
Sure.
I don't even think it's that hard of a question. Like if you want to like just go to Burger Priest, see if they have like a secret menu and see if you know what the question is. But there's a burger on there called the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Right. I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, and like I was working for my boss. Well, obviously I was working for my boss, but my boss at the time was like, it was like a $40 burger.
Oh, so it's a big boy burger.
Yeah, because it's like it's like grilled cheese as a bun.
Okay.
Patty, deep fried portobello mushroom cap with like cheese and everything. Patty, deep fried portobello mushroom cap, bacon, deep fried jalapenos, and then another grilled cheese bun.
Okay.
So it like stood
like pretty tall.
Good height, $40 burger, and he's
the
like,
secret menu's just like open now.
"Oh, is it open now?"
Yeah,
it's not
just
the
a
question.
secret menu.
No.
So it's just for people to look online, not in the store.
There's the low priest.
Well, you can ask for it in the store, but it's not on the store menu if you're in the
that's
store.
What I mean.
Oh my god, these things are ridiculous.
Yeah, right. So yeah, my boss is like, "I'll buy you that if you finish it," because he just wanted to see me attempt it.
Is it the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse?
Yeah.
It's 2 panko crusted cheese stuffed portobello mushroom caps, American cheddar, 2 premium beef patties between 2 grilled cheese buns.
Yeah, and then I added like jalapenos and bacon,
and that's what it looks like.
That's insane.
Yeah, so I put this thing back, and then we proceeded to go have a hard days at work, and I puked it up in 10 minutes, and then I had to pay my boss back the $40. Oh, that being said, Flippin' Mike's has their own challenge burger for all you challenge foodies out there.
Oh yeah.
It is 4 patties
Okay.
with like another 2 mushroom caps and buns and
That's
like
insane.
it's like I think it's like 5.5 pounds of meat
I could do it.
and like a large fry with you have to finish the drink as well, and it's $60.
The only
You get it
secret
for free if you finish it.
I could do it.
The only secret menu burger I know of off the top of my head is Wendy's has had the Grand Slam, which was 4 patties.
Right.
Yeah.
I never actually got it, so I don't know what it was like.
A&W just called that the grandfather burger or something.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
Massive.
But yeah, that sounds all of that. Sounds
I've done
really
the
good.
I've done the Blazing Challenge at Wild Wing like a few times now.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's wings that are just they shouldn't exist.
Too hot?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was I forget what wing place we're at, but they had like a wing on the menu, and it was a challenge wing. So it was like you get the pound for free, your picture on the wall, a t-shirt, and a liter of water. I was thinking about attempting this until I looked at the wall of fame. Everyone looks on the verge of death. Like everyone is beet red. Their gray shirt that they give them is like dark gray, and
Yeah,
like they're
'cause they're
sitting there like
Sweating.
eyes are red, like they're crying, like everyone looks like they just got beaten up.
Yeah, that
Like-
that's not appetite. That's on a sales pitch.
and the wing was called the ELE, so it was like eliminating life everywhere. And like when someone ordered this, like I was across the restaurant and I was on the verge of coughing on spice from like the
smell.
smell.
I mean,
coming like
I
across the restaurant.
regularly add to everything that I eat 2.2 million Scoville hot sauce.
Yeah, they were giving people gloves and stuff, like
well, yeah.
to like
'cause
hold the
if you're
wing.
wiping your tears and shit, you
Yeah.
don't want to like accidentally do this,
Wiping
and then
your
you're-
tears.
Yeah.
No, for real.
I know. I believe it. It's just
Which is-
funny to say out loud.
It's funny because I'm big fan of spice. I make everything insanely fucking spicy that I eat. And the hottest thing I've ever had was the ghost pepper burrito from Mucho Burrito.
Really?
I sat down at the mall food court,
Oh no!
got
public
one of
place,
got
yeah.
one of these things, and I was eating it, but like it's delicious. They do like fire roasted chicken and like fig marmalade and everything like that, and like fresh cilantro and all this good shit. Like it's delicious, but it was so hot that I couldn't leave the mall for like 15 minutes after because I was dizzy.
Oh my
My
God.
stomach hurt
remember you
so
talking about
bad, and
that
I was
last week.
dizzy. I had to like
Did
sit
you
down and
touch your
catch
face?
no.
So I made that mistake. I just finished a diet, and like one section of the diet, there's just like put fresh jalapenos in my burrito.
Yeah.
So, so I ended up like cutting jalapenos. So like, don't touch my face, whatever. Washed my hands, went downstairs, and like about to get in the shower, and like scratched my balls, and like sitting there, and like I was like getting ready in the
Instant pain.
in the shower, like like showers running, just warming up, and I'm like checking out my nose in the mirror and whatever, and I'm sitting there like, oh, what's that? Like, what's going on?
It feels like menthol. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's something going on down there, and then it was just like, oh, and then, like showered, it didn't go away. Like
No.
I literally ran upstairs butt naked and got like palm olive, like the degreaser, like the dishwashing degreaser to like try and break the oils, because
Yeah.
like I was sitting there like like,
Yeah.
running around like doing all like weird like rain dances and shit, just trying not
Yeah.
to like
It was no
cry.
good.
yeah, that
while
does
I'm,
not
like-
sound good.
Yeah, and that was only jalapeno. I can't
done
imagine
that.
like if someone made the mistake with something else.
I've done that a couple times at Thai Bird Chili's after getting pho, whatever
Faux
people want to
food,
see.
Yeah.
And you break the chilies up with your hands, and then you like, I'm gonna go take a piss before I eat like 2
Oh,
liters
no.
of fucking soup here,
Yeah.
and then come downstairs and you have to eat soup while you're sitting basically in
You
a
accidentally
campfire.
put icy hot on your balls, and then like
Yeah.
you're crying at the dinner
Mike and I
table.
were talking like, so you want to do that thing at 200 followers on Twitch for like the hot
Yeah.
wings? We were talking about doing that on the podcast.
We're gonna.
I
We
might-
are doing it.
I
We're doing
might
the tube.
do-
We're doing the tube of terror.
I might do
What's the tube of terror?
They're. I told you they're the peanuts that are 6.6 million
Oh
Scoville.
yeah, you eat one or whatever.
6.66 million Scoville.
The one on
they're like just
hot ones
roasted.
is like 2.5 plus.
They're the hot sauce I regularly use 2.2,
Right.
and these peanuts are
Doesn't
like
it just taste like metal?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But the hot sauce I have is actually really good. It's like apple cider vinegar. It's got like mango and stuff, and
Right.
it's super
See,
good.
I like when they do like the
Super
the,
good.
the fruit in like the super hot sauce, because it actually gives it some flavor.
But
yeah, I
no,
will
these
agree with that.
these-
You introduced me to that.
Yeah, because
At,
all the hot sauces I have at home that are like 1 million, 2 million plus, without the sweet or like a
they'd be
a
awful.
random flavor in there, it tastes like nickels or
Yeah.
pennies.
I remember when we went to Firehouse, you were trying the blueberry
There's
one,
a blueberry
and it
one.
was on the what was the sandwich?
I know I got the brisket, beef
It was
cheddar
the
brisket.
it was the brisket, and I
Yeah.
put it on. And I was like, I'm not really a fan of blueberry, but if Matt's saying it's good, Matt's also the one who introduced me to Firehouse. So obviously
Subs?
he's got-
I love Firehouse subs.
They're
Yeah.
dope.
It's
Their
hard
sandwiches.
now, like, because part of the reason I liked going there is because Firehouse just had a wall of hot sauces, and they had them stickered like level 1 to 10.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like
Now-
10 being hot is how they're like, it's like, I don't know, like
Kind of hot.
like kind of hot,
yeah.
but
it's
it's
like
hotter.
consumer hot. It's
Yeah,
not hot sauce person hot.
or you're like, because like I've been there and had like consumer hot, and like on the route to Tilsonburg for work, like I was,
Yeah.
had Firehouse, or no, I was out in London and coming back through to go to Tilsonburg for work, and like I had Firehouse in London, and like the last time I was there, I had consumer hot and was fine, then stopped in there again and had like another level 10, but their level 10, they don't know what they're slapping a number 10 on.
Yeah,
At the
exactly.
max end of the range. I was like,
Right.
I'm running into the Tilsonburg hospital, be like, I need the bathroom now. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
like
I just
running through
remember
it, all
that-
the nurses like, what's going on?
But
Like nothing.
essentially
Just
what
like-
I do remember that blueberry one being
Yeah, it was
really,
super
really
good.
good. And I don't like blueberries.
right.
this tube of terror. So it's like a little cylinder, probably about that big,
Yeah.
and it comes with peanuts. Like they're shelled just like roasted peanuts, but they're covered in Carolina Reaper powder, ghost chili powder,
That's all
and
concentrated,
pure
too.
capsaicin concentrate.
I don't know what any of that means, but those all
Capsaicin
sound
is
terrible.
capsaicin is
Insane.
the chemical that makes hot pepper spicy.
Okay.
So it's pure capsaicin,
Just pure spice.
Right.
pure
got it.
just only spice, no flavor.
Pure
and then
fire at your ass.
Ghost chili and Carolina Reaper being the two hottest peppers in the
Right.
world.
If I can book a week off work after this, like I will gladly.
Because it's not even like you eat it and that's fine. It wears off in 20 minutes and you're fine. It was just like a terrible 20 minutes. But then the shit you take the next day is the worst part
Yeah,
of it.
we had a family friend, like he couldn't taste spice, or like just it didn't affect him.
Wow.
So like my dad was part of a darts team, and like back in the day when they used to go bar to bar, like generally in Toronto, each chef, when it came to like the dart team nights, had like their specialty hot sauce that they were proud of. Like it was everyone bragged about them, just like, it's too hot for you, it's too hot for you. Like every
Yeah.
chef had that argument, like they were the best one. And this guy would literally ask for like a lemon juice dish and just drink it in this chef's face and like not flinch. And then he used to rate them based on
That's
how the
hilarious.
He used to like just rate them based on how the shit was the next day.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. And that's
That's
like
so weird.
because the initial, like, he could just, because he made like hot chili and he'd be like, oh, this one's mild, and like he'd have everybody like crying at the barbecue
Yeah.
because like no one could handle it because he can't taste it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love
But-
spice, though. Good to
I
yeah, we are doing it, though.
Wish my body loved spice as much as I do, because like
Yeah.
I can sit
Right?
here and say like this one's not as hot as the last one, but if you were to look at me physically,
Yeah.
you'd be like,
Yeah.
are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of
can-
wish I had like bird taste buds, because they say that birds don't taste spices.
Well,
so like
cat-
that's what you can put cayenne pepper in like your bird seeds so the squirrels don't eat it.
Okay, I have a story about this.
What's it called? Capsaicin reacts with saliva, and that's why. So if you have like a really dry mouth, you won't taste spice as bad.
Oh, okay.
It reacts with saliva.
So I'm super sensitive because I typically have a dry mouth.
So
No, you're less sensitive. It reacts with saliva. So if you don't have a lot of saliva
No,
in
what
your
I'm,
mouth,
what I'm saying is like I am very sensitive to hot things because my mouth is so dry. It should affect me more than
Oh.
it is, but I feel it so much more.
yeah,
Like I'm a pussy is what I'm saying.
yeah, you are kind of, which is fine.
all right, so we have a chipmunk hole on the edge of our patio at my house,
Yeah,
and we heard about this spice thing, like that, like maybe he won't go back in if he
Yeah.
doesn't like spice. So we dumped like a shit ton of spice in this chipmunk hole, and we're sitting there watching him, and he like just dives in his hole, comes right back out, and this dude's like full arms stretched out, like head up in the air. Just, he just-
Oh, no.
poor chipmunk.
It's like a
is
gas
just-
chamber.
Yeah, it's just sitting
No.
there, and like I was cracking up laughing. My sister felt so bad for it. I'm like, yeah, it'll go away. It's fine.
Oh
like,
my god!
but this guy's his eyes wide open. Like I've never seen such expression on a chipmunk's face.
That's
Right.
hilarious.
As
Right.
much as you like pay attention to these little things and everyone thinks they're cute, like I've never seen one show any form of emotion.
Right.
And this guy was legs spread out, eyes wide open. Just,
That's so funny. So bad.
Just pepper sprayed this poor chipmunk. Like, and he sat there for like minutes, just
Oh,
breathing.
no.
And I guess he'd never experienced spice before. And like, he
Right.
was just
Poor
like,
thing.
oh,
Am I dying? I'm dying. I'm dying.
This is death. This might be death.
Yeah.
I know, and I have a dark sense of humor when it comes to most things. So like, I was pissing my pants laughing.
Oh my god.
My sister's like, "What do we do? Do we spray it with the hose?" I'm like, "No." What
do we spray it with the hose?
Do we like? I don't know. Like, just leave it. It'll go away.
Yeah,
fine, yeah.
Why don't you give it an exorcism while you're at it?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested to try it. I
We're gonna do the
I
tube
don't
of
have.
I want to do the.
I'll try like one peanut.
the.
That's what you're only supposed to do one.
Yeah, you're only supposed to do one.
6.66
Yeah,
million
I know.
Scoville.
But I'm gonna be sitting at this table like crying with my head on
no,
the table.
you do this at the end of the podcast because it'll be over.
Right.
Like the hottest
I'll
sauce.
get you to do the closeout on that
it'll be
episode.
Yeah.
it'll be the last thing.
Like the hottest hot
Even-
sauce on hot ones is 2.5 million,
Okay.
and you're going to 6.
Yeah. So I don't understand. Like Mike explained to me last week. I get
A jalapeno
I
is 600.
I get
Yeah,
I
sriracha
get-
is like 15.
I
maybe.
get the rating system. What I mean is I've never really known what I was eating based on the numbers.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so
yeah.
like if you say to me like, "Oh, this is a ghost pepper," I'm gonna be like, "Sick! It's really hot."
Yeah.
I'm not gonna know that it's like whatever million fucking what is it Scoville?
Scoville.
Like I'm not gonna know that. So you're gonna have to say to me like, "This is stupid hot." Like eat one of these and have a whole gallon of milk
which
beside
is
you.
also the only rating
It's-
chart that doesn't have an end to it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's not the only, but yeah, I know
Like
what you mean.
it's like the
Ghost
regarding
pepper-
food and stuff. Like it doesn't have a top end to.
Ghost
Right.
pepper,
I get what you mean. Like
Yeah.
there's always gonna be something that could be hotter.
Like ghost pepper and pure capsaicin were basically the end of it at one point, and then the U.S. was like, "No, we could do better," and they made the Carolina Reaper, which
Yeah.
is now.
So
the
is that
hottest
just like
pepper in
is
the
that like
world.
mixed breeding peppers kind of thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they genetically modified
'Cause I
ghost
think
chili DNA and made
Yeah, I
the
think
Carolina
'cause
Reaper.
scorpions
That's
also. I
messed
think
up.
like
A Trinidad scorpion.
Yeah, is that genetically made?
No.
I think.
See,
so.
why
No,
do
it's
they?
not?
I mean, I know why they make them sound hardcore, but like Carolina Reaper sounds like it's like
It's
like when
not the hardcore ones you have to worry about.
Well, no,
it's
no.
one that's called like unicorn piss, and then like
no, but my
dies.
The hot
what I was
sauce I
gonna
have
say-
right now that's ridiculous is called Stargazer.
So what I was gonna say is like it's like when you're with your boys and you're like, "Oh, you won't do that, pussy." That's what I hear when I hear the name California Reaper. It's like you won't do.
Carolina Reaper.
That's what I said, right?
No, you said California.
Carolina Reaper. Like that sounds like translated to "you won't do this, pussy," and it's like, I mean, you're right, but now I want to.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
challenge
Yeah.
accepted. It's
When
like
we do the hot sauce challenge, there's a hot sauce shop in Niagara Falls. So I want like, if we make a road trip day out of it, like the group of us participating can go
right.
talk to the shopkeeper and pick like
Stupid.
8 to 10,
Like he'll know his shit.
like a gradual increase,
right.
and then we can do like a little.
What do you do? Like one wing at
hot-
a time or
hot
something?
one spin off, yeah, wing nugget, whatever you want to do. Little pinky test.
Oh, McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Yeah, we could do that.
But like, how much do you put on it? Because I would be
Toss
like
'em.
that. I'd
Toss
be like,
'em in a
Toss
bowl.
'em, yeah, just
Toss 'em?
Toss them in a
Fuck
bowl like
me.
wings.
Yeah.
All right, I'm bringing like a whole fucking thing of milk with me.
Okay, that's it. No, fuck the tube of terror. We're doing that instead. We're doing hot
Well,
wing
I
roulette.
still want to
I
torture
also want to
myself
do
on
the.
that.
I also want to do the Pocky chip, Pocky, whatever that company is.
the one chip.
The one chip. It's like a $40 chip. One chip. $40. But
I
it's
had a whole bag of
Carolina
them.
like
Reaper.
one like
No,
potato chip.
They,
you mean?
No, it's their one chip. Isn't they don't make a bag of it? They
you mean
only
like
sell
a
one
you mean a
ch-
potato chip?
one singular potato chip.
Paquis does have a bag of ghost pepper like Doritos.
Yeah, but they're not the chip.
They're fucking
What's
stupid.
The
Uh,
one chip is $40, and the box is a coffin.
Yeah, I know.
And like you, it's like a one Dorito chip in a coffin.
Why has it got to be so chill? You know?
Maybe I'll
What's
just get one of
the-
those each for us on the thing.
What was that
Yeah,
surprise?
that's why I want to do like a halfway.
What was
one.
that surprise bag of Doritos called that they released for a
Roulette.
while? Was it roulette? Was it
Yeah.
literally called roulette?
Yeah.
So I remember having those.
But that was just essentially sweet chili heat, and they tried to make it scary.
Well, there was like a few in there that had more.
They were ridiculous.
Like by the time
were
you
they?
shake up the bag, like it mixes
Yeah,
up.
smoke
But there
bag,
was always
yeah.
like one or two, like or a handful of chips in there that were really bad. I remember like I loved the sweet chili heat Doritos. They were hot for me.
I love sweet chili heat Doritos.
After you eat like half the bag, it's hot.
yeah.
But yeah,
Why don't we get
It's
into
okay, we
some?
got the window
Why don't we
open,
get
you don't
into
have to worry
some
about it.
news?
While we're on chips,
Yeah.
my favorite right now
Might
is
as
the
well
Lay's
get on.
jalapeno cheddar. Fire.
I think I've had those too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get to news. This is a long episode. We're at a like hour 40.
It's a good episode.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
It is.
It's the birthday episode.
Birthday episode. Let's go.
Like last time, if you want to just leave a little gap, like 2 seconds, and then say the news into the mic, however you want.
Breaking news.
The news. I'm Batman. Hold on.
The news.
All right. I want to get. I'm gonna get mine out of the way, just because it's probably the least exciting for you guys, but I'm so mesmerized by it. So Formula One sent out a video. I don't remember how old this video is, so I could be late on this, but they were explaining the technology put into the 2022 Formula One cars, and like, sorry. Already knowing, like, you guys are obviously know that like Formula One is like a pretty good benchmark for like what's gonna come like down the chain to consumer cars in the future, like as far as like technology and whatever.
Right.
Like when it comes to any sort of industry in the world, the professional series is like the benchmark for the technological advancements. So I'm going to try and explain this as best I can, but they're redoing the cars like almost completely. Like they're adding like lower profile tires because there's less like pull on the tire. Like if you ever watch a F1 car take a turn in slow-mo, you see like the rim almost being pulled away from the tire, which is like the tire's almost coming off the rim. And
Which makes sense. If they have a decent amount of air in there, like if anyone...
Like they're flying through these corners. The G-forces are pulling the car this way while the tires are trying to grip the road. So they're making them low profile now, which unfortunately adds a bit of weight, but the grip is going to be insane.
Does that also mean like more pit stops though? Do they touch on that?
They didn't talk much about that, but the one big thing they talked about is the aerodynamics. So the one big thing is drafting in F1. So if you watch F1 this year specifically, because they've made advancements in the past few years leading up to now, drafting is really difficult. So when you have a car go and the air behind it is all messed up, it's like the bad air, following behind it is actually kind of unsafe because you're losing traction. The air is already moving in different waves that you cannot control
at that speed.
At that speed. So like drafting is actually unsafe in Formula One to a certain degree because your traction is really shit.
Yeah.
You still get the drag advantage where you don't have the air's already moving. But anyways, they're making it so that the way that the car will diffuse the air won't affect the car behind it as much. So they're saying that like within like, I forget how many feet it is, but like they're estimating that it'll be like 20 to 30% better for the car following behind, which means they can follow closer, they can go faster, the air gets diffused like way away from the car behind it.
That's a big strategy change for like even on straightaways, everything. That's a big change.
So for people that don't know, that is huge. That is like insane. It's absolutely fucked. Like it really is, because now like Lewis Hamilton wins like almost every race. Like he's won 100 races like so far in his career, which is like the highest out of any F1 racer in history, which is kind of old news. But anyways, so now they're saying with all these advancements that they're making, the cars are going to be like X faster and like 5% heavier, but now it's going to be more random who actually wins. Which, like, it's such a huge change in the ball game. It's like if, like, in hockey, they just all of a sudden reinvented the hockey stick. It's like, what the fuck? Like, how does that even happen?
Yeah, especially when you're working on, like, hundreds of milliseconds to inch by millimeter basis in, like, a system, and you change something like that. That's drastic.
It's like, there's an old saying, too, about, like, race cars or, like, horsepower. It's like, you know, when you have a slow car, like, getting 10, 20, 50 horsepower is, like, not super expensive. But when you're driving a race car that's already fast, like getting one more horsepower could cost you like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
And they were explaining that if you were to print out all the information that it took them to realize this, it would be like 700 filing cabinets full of information printed out. Like there's like, I mean, I don't know how many exactly, but like each Formula One car has like hundreds of sensors on it to tell you about everything about the vehicle, the way the air is flowing, tire pressure, speed, whatever. So anyways, I'm starting to get back into racing now that I'm doing this online like racing stuff or following it more, and it's like I can't even believe, like I used to watch Speed TV when that existed. The Speed TV hasn't existed since 2013.
Yeah.
If you guys don't remember that.
I remember that.
Always.
Daytona 500.
And
baby.
like now I'm looking at the racing now. It's like, it's fucked, man. It's like,
oh yeah,
it's like in Cars 3. Do you guys remember that movie? Cars 3?
No.
When all the new race cars came in and like Lightning McQueen became the old guy in the racing.
right.
It's like seeing that like parallel change. It's like, so these cars, like it's going to be insane if what they say is true. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be insane. Our boss is probably like all wet about it right now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Our boss is a big F1 fan.
Yeah. Ever since the Netflix special and family, like Team Mercedes, I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan, even though apparently he's a dick. But
apparently he is. I watched that. I think I was talking about it.
I don't know. If I won that many races and I was that good looking and had that much money, I'd probably end up being a dick too.
Yeah.
And as far as like the drivers keeping fit, it's kind of similar to like fighting, where like you have your weight class, right? So if you like gain like 5 pounds, all of a sudden like you're in a different weight class.
Well, it's essentially you're a jockey. Like it's the same thing when it comes to like horse racing and everything like that.
So
like the 1 extra pound on the vehicle is a huge change.
Exactly. So like the minimum requirement for F1, including your chair, is 175 pounds. Like,
dude, I weighed.
You have to like the diets that these guys go on, and I was looking into it. Like there was one guy, Daniel Ricciardo, I think is his name. He's like, he looks tall on camera, so I was curious. I was like, oh, is he taller than me? Because like I thought I was never able to drive an F1. He's 6 feet and looks buff, but like he's under 200 pounds.
Yeah,
the seats weigh like 1 or 2 pounds because they're all carbon fiber. But yeah, it's Formula One is like absolutely man combined with machine to like forge perfection.
Right. Yeah, it's as close as you're gonna get.
Like I didn't realize how mesmerizing Formula One was until I watched a little bit of Drive to Survive and on Netflix, which is so cool.
Yeah.
Like I didn't realize how intense that sport was until the past couple of years. It's worth getting into. If you're interested in like advancements in technology, especially in the automotive world or in general in engineering, Formula One should be your sport. Like it's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah, do it.
Do it now.
But yeah, that's kind of my news. I'm just looking forward to 2022 because I've just recently got back into watching racing. I haven't watched it in a handful of years, and I'm just really excited to see what these cards do.
I got to wear my Aston Martin hat tomorrow night.
Yeah.
When we do this race thing, remind me.
Do it.
I got to have my Red Bull Aston Martin hat on.
Nice. Red Bull Aston Martin hat.
Yeah,
Look at you.
Yeah.
Big sports fan over here.
Big sports fan.
The tires are touching pavement.
The tires are touching pavement. He made it left. There's a left. He made it.
I'm just going to wear my Hoonigan shirt.
Ooh, I get the hoodie.
See, I don't know if I have any racewear. I gotta. I'm lacking. I'm the one that's like making this.
Go to any Petro and just buy the hat in the corner.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
Or Shell, or Shell gas station.
Yeah. Shell V Power hat.
Because I remember watching.
I
remember watching like NASCAR back in the day when like
everything was
Dale Earnhardt Jr. and I forget Jeff Gordon were the two like top guys. I don't even know if they're racing anymore.
What about
I think Jeff Gordon's done. Oh, I met her.
Danica Patrick was in that too for GoDaddy.
I went to the Toronto Indy and Danica Patrick was there.
Oh yeah?
She is tiny.
Is she really?
Tiny. She's like 5 foot something.
Really?
Like below my shoulder. Like she is not. She
doesn't
really
look
nice, really cool person.
But when they
really
show
nice.
pictures of her, she doesn't look like she's that short.
Yeah, she was rocking GoDaddy.
Yeah, that was her sponsor.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. Yeah, if anyone's ever in Toronto, like if you haven't done it, do the Indy once.
Yeah, it's fun. My dad and I went a couple years in a row.
I remember trying to record. We were at the finish line. I was trying to record on my BlackBerry. And
like
the video is blurs and there's no sound. The cars are way too loud for the microphone that was in that phone. So it's just like all I hear is like and then cross the finish line. Well, once they're like 100 feet past the finish line, then you hear the sound come back in.
The Indy is a lot of fun. That was actually the first time I ever tried a driving simulator. they had this like at the time. I mean, I'm sure it's a lot cheaper now than it was, but it was like a $40,000 machine. The guy said who was running it, and it was a IndyCar simulator, and like it had all the pistons. So if you were taking a turn, like it fucking threw you to the one side, and like it was so cool. And I think that was probably around the time that I really was like, okay, I like racing video games. And ever since then, that's been one of my top 2 favorite games in the world.
I think the last time I went to Dave and Buster's or Palladium, they had like a full piston.
You were telling me about that.
I think it was Palladium. Dave and Buster's is a Ferrari one.
Escape has one too.
Yeah, they have the full car in there.
Yeah.
Escape has one with the pistons where it's hovering off the ground.
Yep.
And Palladium had an F1 one where it's like just only attached at the front, so the car can like pivot from the front point the whole time.
That's cool.
And they have a whole wall of them. And then you put it like you can choose your level of what you want to do. I put it on pro because I'm like, it's a car. like it's like I might not make a corner, but I'll be able to go. I was just doing donuts on the start line like the entire time.
You need to be going 300 kilometers an hour in those cars, otherwise you're not moving.
Yeah, I was like, just shift, stomp it. Like, well, it's a great video game.
With Formula One cars, it's actually donuts. Like it's a thing that they are actually safer to drive fast.
Yeah,
because if you drive them too slow, they pick up the air and they could fly away.
Oh, G-force is the equation. Like it's like or in the equation.
Well, but even if you go straight, like if you're going like 100 miles an hour, like you could fly away. You have to like hit like 180 to 200 plus, because then that actually pulls your car like into the ground. And that's like, they're so lightweight, but that's where your grip comes from, is the aerodynamics to like say, hey, this car is going in the ground.
And that's why it's so much fun playing Forza with the wheel and everything now, because you realize with all these simulation, those like GT3 cars, you need to be taking those corners at like 180 to 250 kilometers an hour. Otherwise you're not making it.
Yeah.
You just like bank into it and you're like, trust the car, and you just crank the wheel and it just goes.
Yeah, I've started playing Assetto Corsa Competizione.
Competizione.
There we go.
I'm learning from the Italian. And like I'm learning that, like, I think I said this to you last week. It's like you gear down too early, you're off to the side hitting the wall. If you gear down too late, you're off to the side hitting the wall. If you brake too early, you're off to the side hitting the wall. If you brake too late, you're off to the side hitting the wall.
It's just the whole
too hard on the accelerator, too soft on the accelerator. Like it's just like so meticulous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I forget where I saw it. Someone did the math. Like if you were to put an F1 car in a perfectly, or not like perfectly circular tunnel.
Yeah.
But like part way through, that car could make it way up the wall and like be driving on the ceiling.
Yeah.
And like the force would hold it perfectly upside down.
Because of like the way its aerodynamics are, it's like pulling it into the road it's driving on.
But have you seen the videos where like that diffuser plate underneath like bends or lets loose and the car just like airborne, gone?
Yeah.
Scariest thing I've ever seen.
They added smallest little ripple in the aerodynamics.
They added a new channel system under the F1 cars for 2022 as well. So like the way, like, dude, these guys, like, I don't know, like they're the smartest fucking people in the world that
next
design
to
these
Lego
cars.
engineers.
Yeah, probably, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie on that one. Like the guys who design these cars, like they've gone to MIT, graduated with honors, and they're going to F1 being like, all right, so you need a fin exactly like on a 2-degree angle under this part of the car because it's gonna pull the air this way and like blah blah blah, blah. I'm like, yeah. Aerodynamics.
Yeah.
It's like I'm like Mater from Cars. It's like I'm a precision instrument of speed and aerodynamics.
All I know is when I drive my pickup truck, if I go too fast, it lifts up, and I'm like an inch higher off the ground than I should be, and the truck's doing this and like wobbling left and right and doing whatever.
I'm really excited for that. Anyways,
that was good news.
Let's get to some birthdays.
You don't have anything else?
What's your other?
No,
news?
I got birthdays in history.
Didn't Matt have one on there on that list that I told you to write down?
The burger place.
Burger place.
That was news?
R. Kelly.
Oh yeah,
R. Kelly.
I knew there was something else.
So he went from pissing on kids to racketeering and sex trafficking everyone.
There we go.
He got.
And he's locked up.
Yeah, he got a nice consecutive across the board. Guilty.
In the words of Akon, I'm locked up, don't let me go.
Wow, you know an Akon song?
It's like the one, because remember that YouTube video, Aladdin from Compton?
Yeah.
The little monkey comes in? Or no, he comes in and he's like, Aladdin's like, I'm locked up, don't let me
saying Akon. So he's looking, I think they said sentencing.
Yeah,
is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah,
is
sentenced
May 4th. I think minimum he gets is 20 years.
They're pushing for 100.
Yeah,
100 years.
If what they're saying is true, give it to him.
Yeah.
My only question is,
At this
can
point-
I still listen to Ignition?
Absolutely,
Yes.
you can.
Because
You
that was
can.
like the
You still can.
like it wasn't like the party song, but it was like you get a 2 beers in before you get into the party
Yeah.
songs. You put on Ignition.
See, I said this to you before we started the episode. It's like, you know, I agree where people come from when they say they don't want to follow like a certain artist because of what they've done. But at the same time, I think I used this example before we started. Does the McLaren F1, because I'm into cars, become any less of like possibly the best Marvel and supercars in the late 90s, early 2000s just because the guy who designed it was a pedophile? Like, no, it's still a really good car.
The accomplishment's still there. The
So,
car is still good.
You know, you talk about other people in history, like, you know, there's accusations that Bob Marley beat his wife. To his songs,
Michael Jackson's
his
on
songs
that
are
list.
amazing.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, he might have been a pedophile, but he is still a king of pop. Like,
Yeah, his music is gone. Like everyone, everyone's
Yeah.
still
his
on the
music is
list.
timeless.
What they produce isn't bad. It's themselves that's bad.
Yeah.
Like, you got to separate the person from the artist
So
and the art.
either way, also his middle name's Sylvester. That's just
Yeah, what is it,
his-
Robert Sylvester Kelly or something
yeah,
like that?
like Sly is literally in like the beginning of his middle name. Like, and this guy's been doing dirty apparently since day one. So
There we go.
Did you guys
Yeah.
ever follow like his original trial back in the day?
No.
no,
So like, I don't have it
like
exactly.
the pissing trial,
The what?
the one about him pissing on some kid.
It might have been that one. So he had to go to court for something, and I forget like the timeline of it. This is years ago. Actually, the TV show, what's that TV show? The Boondocks. You guys ever watch that?
yeah, the trial to Robert Kelly.
Yeah, so apparently I was showing this to my buddy because like he was a fan of R. Kelly's music, and he's like, yeah, I definitely want to have some of that. I'll mix it. I don't care. It's like he said that wasn't far off. Like the audience of the trial was really like trying to interrupt the trial because they were such big fans. They didn't want him to get prosecuted.
I mean,
Which
until
kind of is fucked up, you know. If like you're a fan of someone, if they're in the wrong, you still gotta accept that they're in the wrong.
Ted Bundy was actually executed, he was getting mailed like naked pictures. Like,
Yeah,
Oh
he
yeah,
was
that
he was
was
an
like
attractive
some
man.
that was some weird Stockholm syndrome without
but
no one being held
it wasn't
captive.
just
I was
naked
like-
pictures like you're an attractive guy. It was like I want you to fucking choke the shit out
Yeah,
of me
there
and
was-
like
there was
Oh,
tie
stuff
me
like
up
that.
and
Yeah.
like fucking scare
Okay,
the shit
I
out
didn't
of me.
realize that,
Yeah.
but I knew that women found him attractive. So when he was on trial, people were like, "No, there's no way you could have done it because he's attractive."
No, there's
It's
a
like,
lot of sick fucks that want him to do serial
No,
killer
I think
shit
even
to
if you
him.
look into it, I think the lead singer of Blondie, is she female? No, or maybe I can't
think so.
remember.
Yeah,
yeah,
call me.
yeah. She was in his car, and like got out.
Oh,
I think it was Blondie. We'd have to fact check ourselves on this one, but like I'm gonna say Blondie for now.
Sure.
But she was in the car, which had no interior on the passenger side. Like you couldn't pull the door handle, but lucky for her, the window was open and she could reach outside the car and open the door handle.
That's kind of fucked up.
It was like I think it was either like a Blondie or like Pat Benatar or like one of like the
That's
famous or Hart
That's Hart. Pat Benatar's Hart.
or Hart.
No, Pat Benatar is Barracuda.
That's Hart. Barracuda's the song.
Oh, wait, Pat Benatar.
Either way, it was like a famous female lead singer from that time.
Yeah.
And like
That's messed,
they had like
eh?
got out of his car.
It's kind of weird. I watched the show with Zac Efron, and like I know that at the end he like admitted his guilt. But have you guys watched the show yet?
Yeah,
So if you're watching the show,
he was also stupid smart.
up until the very last episode of that series, like if you gave up like halfway through watching it, you actually wouldn't know he was guilty. Like the way they structured the show, like you know he's guilty because you know the history of
Right.
the event. But have you seen
he-
the show? Have you seen the show?
Yeah.
So the way they set it up, it almost made it look like when he got arrested that he was innocent because he had all these alibis and
Well,
all
he
this
even
stuff.
defended himself in court. Like he
Yeah.
was smart enough that he just read books
So-
and was like, "I can do this."
Well,
So
he claimed he would defend himself, but he actually did a very poor job at it.
Well, my point
He
is
did better
if you
than I would do.
watched
Yeah.
my point is if you watch that show knowing nothing about Ted Bundy, you'd kind of finish that series going like, what the fuck? Like he wasn't guilty. Because
mean-
it wasn't until the very end when he wrote in the window, I won't give it away, but when he wrote in the window, that was when it was like, oh, he just admitted it.
I mean, I'm not trying to blow smoke up my own ass and shit, but like having studied like criminal psychology and behavioral psych and all this
that's
shit, like in
different.
criminology,
Yeah.
like
I'm talking about everyday people like me.
he had a ton of flaws in his defense and in the way he was speaking. He gave a lot away.
No, I'm saying for like the average folk who's just watching the show, like because I didn't like. I was kind of ignorant.
No, for the
I didn't
average
really
folk,
know.
he just seemed like a really intelligent guy
Cheers.
being blamed for something that he didn't do.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but he had there were a lot of holes that he was unable to figure out, and he just tried to intelligent his way around things.
And it was like, oh, honey, your car was reported in this murder in this city, but you weren't there. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's so weird.
But at the same time, he knew what he was trying to do because it was like the most purchased car of the time.
Yeah.
In a very common color.
he was very smart. He just got caught eventually. And it's like what they say.
Well, because he started to get sloppy.
You ever watch Mindhunter?
Yeah.
Amazing show. Like, highly recommend anyone listening. Mindhunter is so fucking amazing, but it's so fucked up at the same time. Like, the first person they have is like Ed Kemper.
I'm not far into it, but they have Dahmer in there as well. I know that.
Have you watched season 2 yet?
No.
I can't spoil shit, but season 2 gets fucking wild, bro.
Big fan of true crime stuff.
Like, and this is like the guys who actually like this guy who was just like a rookie in the FBI, and he was like, hey, maybe we should look at these people this way, and everyone was like, no, you're fucked. And then he started being right, and it's like, then he starts going a bit crazy a little bit. But seeing the way that these guys acted out and behave, it's like, oh shit,
they're
like,
all pretty much insane.
all,
if you actually meet these like profilers, they're all
like,
fucked.
A lot of them are really smart.
They're insanely smart, but they're so
Like,
fucked up because of the shit they revolve their life
Ed
around.
Kemper,
Oh yeah, it's toxic. It's toxic.
It's Ed Kemper, right?
I think,
Ed?
yeah.
I know his last name's Kemper. Like, his backstory is that, like, I think it was his mother or his stepfather like abused him, or like he watched his stepfather abuse his mom, and like eventually that's kind of like how he became this necrophiliac or whatever. But then when they portray him just having a conversation, he's just like super chill, but he knows like everything about anything. Yeah. So they start using him as like a not a witness, but like an advisor.
Yeah.
And they start saying to him things like, hey, did you hear about this guy doing this? And he's like, oh, he's mimicking me. He must have done this, and this. And they're like, oh, we just caught the guy because you told us all these like crazy, what do you call it when you're doing an autopsy?
Things,
like CSI sort of things. Like,
yeah. And like when you're looking at like villains, like even in like fictional movies, all the most scariest villains, like when it comes to like serial killers and stuff, are the intelligent ones.
They are
like
insanely
intelligence. I think is like out of any horror movie. Like you watch Hellraiser, like yes, Pinhead like is scary to look at, and he's got the cube and the chains and all this scary stuff. But like he also speaks like intelligent. So like you're
the whole
takes away from
you're so confused. You're like, how is a guy that crazy that's smart? But at the same time, it's like kind of goes hand in hand.
The big common trait revolving around most of these serial killers and all this stuff is that they're all psychopaths or sociopaths. They're all ridiculously intelligent, but they have no idea what they're doing. They do know what they're doing, but they
disconnect.
A lot
they
of them
don't
know
have
exactly what
they
they're
don't
doing.
have any sympathy. They don't recognize that it's a wrong thing to do. They're just
so the
doing
intelligence has surpassed like their own emotion kind of
absolutely.
thing. Yeah.
They're kind of disconnected from society in a sense where they're like, I could fucking like skin this guy in my basement and it's fine because he brought it on himself.
One of the best
thing. He shouldn't have been alone at night.
One of the best.
That's his fault
kind
for
of thing.
being
One of the best examples in history is Charles Manson.
Oh, he's fully.
He's never killed anyone himself.
No, I know, but
that's the craziest thing.
Did you watch the interviews with him after he was in prison already?
Oh yeah, no, I've watched them.
He literally looked. He
crazy.
Goes, if I wanted to kill somebody, I would pick that book up and I would smash your fucking head in.
Yeah.
My biggest regret is that I didn't kill more people.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
that's kind of my point.
He wasn't a sociopath or a psychopath. He was just nuts.
But that's kind of my point.
Yeah,
is like he never killed anyone on his own with his hands, with any weapon, whatever. Period. He was never guilty of actually being a murderer.
Right? No, he was a conspiracy.
He
to commit murder.
Filled people's brains with this bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
and you have to be
he was the best
to a certain extent to be able to manipulate people.
This is
general.
This is the worst way to say it, and I totally don't mean this obviously in the positive sense, but he was the best salesman in the world. Like that's what it was. Like he was convincing enough. Like instead of selling you an iPod, he sold you the idea of murdering someone.
Look
was okay.
Look at Dahmer. Dahmer would go to gay bars, pick somebody up like he was seducing them, and then fucking cut them into pieces and eat them.
Yeah. It's fucked. These guys' brains.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways,
let's move
So
on.
R. Kelly's going to jail. Going to jail.
We will circle back to R. Kelly.
Yeah.
So R. Kelly, it's about time. Like his
And I can
first
still
trial was
listen
crazy.
to Ignition and feel okay about
Epstein
it.
didn't kill himself.
Sure.
This is a whole nother hour if we want.
Yeah,
to
I know. We're not getting into that
Yeah,
shit.
there's a whole nother hour.
But let's move on to some birthdays.
Birthdays. One. Top of the list.
Dick.
Well, my birthday is not the day the podcast comes
But
out.
it's after.
I'll take it.
It's
I'll take
still
it.
The day
on list.
before.
We're half
Dick
the
is the
reason
top of my list, and he's turning old.
here. Wait, how old is he turning?
Old. 27.
Dude, I'm already there. Fuck off.
His birthday is 9 months before mine.
And mine is in like a month.
Yeah, but you're a year behind us.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
turning
like,
26.
Are you technically a year behind
that's
us?
really
Like, what's
loud
the
in the
actual
microphone.
months?
October 95.
Okay. Because like
Um,
my cousin was technically a year, but he was like December, and I'm a January baby.
Yeah.
And he held that year against him. Like, no, you're born a month before.
Yeah,
me. Like,
exactly, yeah.
Leave me alone.
That's
He
funny.
always held that against me. Like, we're the same age.
I
Yeah,
remember.
basically, we're the
I
same
remember.
fucking age.
I remember growing up. There was a girl in my class in elementary school whose birthday was January 3rd.
Right.
It was like the biggest, not the biggest joke, but she was like almost a year older than me,
Right.
and we were in the same grade.
Yeah. Next up, T-Pain.
T-Pain?
T-Pain.
Okay,
T-Pain.
T-Pain, I will.
T-Pain turned 37.
Really?
37.
Nice.
Almost 40.
Actually, he's a lot younger than I thought it would be. I don't
No.
know why, but I
He's
just
old-
feel
he's
like
older
he'd be
than I
older.
thought
The
he would
only
be.
like old rapper that became, well, not old, but became relevant older was like 2 Chainz, because he was like famous in his like 30s to late 30s is when
Yeah.
like 2 Chainz became big.
Sure.
T-Pain, he's on Twitch. Check out his stream.
His
It's
streams are fucking hilarious.
hilarious. When he plays Call of Duty, I remember watching him one time, and like someone in Call of Duty made like a racial slur, and like he just went ape and like squad wiped the entire team by himself.
Yeah.
After that
Nice.
comment, and it was just like he was just, I don't want one, I want the whole thing, and it's
Yeah.
like him just
He was killing
boom,
everybody.
boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
and just dropped everyone, and it was like, I think it was the most epic like Twitch moment
Yeah.
like I've ever seen in
I
gaming.
saw that
It's like,
on YouTube. I didn't actually see the stream, but I did see the
it, like,
clips of that.
like it was like, I don't know, it was such a good gamer moment on top of like, I don't know, social justice and everything else that comes along with it, but like just did himself in service the community, and like just epic gamer moment
Good.
all around. Like it was just an all around win. That there's no better moment than I
Attaboy
think than that.
T-Pain.
Yeah, attaboy T-Pain.
Not
Happy
to mention
birthday.
he live sings his introduction every single time.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
I was also happy for the day when because he was always auto tuned,
Yeah.
but like based on his genre. That
He was auto-tuned for his own fun.
But for his own fun, because I remember it wasn't until like years later he started doing like libraries and like
Yeah,
solo
yeah.
sessions,
He's an amazing
and
singer.
an amazing singer, and justified himself years
Yeah.
later. Wasn't looking to justify himself when people were
I think
calling
it
him
was.
out.
I think it was
and
you
like-
that showed me that one, the library session. I was like, oh shit, like this guy can sing.
Yeah,
Oh, was
'cause,
it
like,
you?
Yeah,
Was it you that showed me, or
I
was it
think
Matt?
I also showed
You probably
too. I
both
pulled
showed
it
me
up at
different
work,
times,
yeah.
but I was watching. I was like, look, I don't like rap or like most hip hop as it is, but like I'll appreciate a good musician. I heard that, I was like, yo, that's fucking amazing.
And I gained so much respect for him once that like was like, okay, he can sing, and then like he didn't fight the crowd when everyone's calling him
I know.
out during the auto tune days.
He
And
went
like he
with
was just
what was
having
big.
fun. Yeah, he was just having fun and doing his thing, knowing how talented he was,
Yeah.
and didn't need to show it
All
off.
right, pop
True,
down this list.
All
true
right.
gentleman.
Ezra,
You got to take another break.
Ezra Miller,
I don't know who that is.
actor in Perks of the Wallflower and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Him.
Who is he in Fantastic Beasts?
he is is it Ezra in the movie too? No.
No, I don't think
What's his
so.
name? He's the pale guy that's all crazy
Yeah.
and has a spell on him.
Oh, the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
okay,
is
got
also Joji's cousin.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
turning 29.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Next.
The last one,
Oh, it's only 3.
you're not going to know, but you might know. Steve Terberry, that YouTube guitar player who was voted the most annoying guitar player in history.
Oh, I thought that was Jared Dines.
No. Steve Terberry does stuff with Jared Dines. They both did the humongous guitars.
Oh,
Remember
okay,
when
like
they
the
did
18
Gent
strings?
2021 and they
Oh
did
yeah, 21
Steve
string.
Terberry did the 21 string.
Okay.
And yeah. But
Like,
anyway,
why are they considered the most annoying? For that reason?
Go watch
They're-
one of his
they-
videos.
They are memes.
go watch one of
They're
his
just
like,
videos.
they're just meme videos. Like just
Yeah, they're just fun.
Spoof
He'll
it
he'll
on
just be
everybody.
like he'll be shredding a fucking solo and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it'll cut to like him doing a fucking like a drug commercial making fun of like elevator music, and he'll go,
they're comedians.
"Welcome,
They're musical comedians.
Yeah.
If you have problems with so and so, you please go on a pan."
Yeah.
Yeah, and
He's
just
the guy to go into a guitar shop and play Stairway to Heaven.
Okay, we're almost done. Why you gotta do? Why can't you just wait?
You have I got a piece.
That's
so
all
bad.
the birthdays. So happy birthday to Dick, T-Pain, Ezra Miller, and Steve.
All right, I'm going
Terravere.
to stretch it out while we're on the birthday thing. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
You're one of my best friends.
I appreciate it.
You are a very
no.
stand-up person. No, I'll give you the sentimental thing while we're
Stand
here.
up because he's tall, or stand up because he's a good guy?
Both.
Probably.
He's a good guy. I have respect for you because no matter what your opinion on something, you will defend and believe in what you believe, and stand your ground. Like, you're willing to admit when you're wrong, but anything that you believe in, you are willing to justify and stand up for, and that is a huge respect for me. Regardless if your opinion's different from the crowd, you're willing to believe in what you believe in. You are a shirt off your back kind of guy. And you are the one person I think I can expect no bullshit from. Like, if I asked you to do something and like you can't do it, you will be very honest and not try and be like the friend that's like, hey, yeah, maybe I'll make it there or be able to help you out. Like, you will just straight up say no. And like, that is, again, like, the honesty and everything that comes along with you is amazing.
Oh,
so
wow.
I appreciate you as
Sentimental.
a person and a best friend. I consider you my brother. And
That's good.
yeah. And
I don't have to say shit to you because I've known you for like 20 fucking years.
yeah,
I
so like
don't,
he's like, I'll hit you with the sentimental part, but like, yeah, like, I have a lot of respect for you because regardless of what people have to say and like what opinions you have, and even if they're different, like, you are gonna be you till the end of the day. So I respect you for that,
Wow,
and
man,
you are one of my best friends.
I appreciate that. That's good.
And
That's
we
good,
love-
heavy, good shit.
we
right
love
there.
you
I
long
like it.
time.
That's,
Yeah, no, and then say, yeah, your ability to stand your ground and believe what you believe in and be able to defend that regardless of other people's opinions, I hold you in a high regard for
And
that.
it's that very personality that earned you the nickname in high school as the Big Dick.
The big dick.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. That was really nice.
Yeah, and we love you for it.
Love you long time.
Good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
At least people are okay with it.
Yeah, some
Thank you.
people
We
are.
wouldn't stick around if we weren't okay
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, that's
You'd be
fair.
alone in your basement playing
That's-
Assetto Corsa.
That's very fair. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. That's good stuff. That's really, really nice. Really touching. I like
Yeah.
it. Thank
There you
you.
go.
Yeah, it's got to be thrown in there.
Yeah.
I don't know you're appreciated.
Now it's on the record. Like, you can never take that back.
No.
It's
No,
gonna
I'll
exist
figure
on
it out.
YouTube.
Even if
until the
this,
end of days.
even if the
Now that you've said that, I'm going to be working on some ruse of an equation, some Rube Goldberg type of explanation to take it all back if the day ever needs
yeah,
to.
right. No. Like, even if this, whatchamacallit, streaming thing that we have expires, I'm gonna save this episode for later.
Yeah,
it'll
just
always
like-
be on YouTube.
It'll always be on YouTube.
Yeah,
Once
like on the one day we have a disagreement, like, yeah, he's a dick, and he's going to play this
like,
clip. And I'm
sorry,
like,
bro. You said I was awesome.
Yeah.
Going back to try to reminisce the good days with episode 39, and that one's the only one deleted.
Yeah. All right. Busted these history days. I gotta go outside.
We got some history. All right. There's only two.
I got
So
a
you're
small.
good.
I got a small bladder.
Don't worry. Only two. 1846.
1846.
So I didn't mention it's October 30th. is the
October
day.
30th?
September 30th.
September 30th.
September 30th.
October is a long way
Yeah.
away.
September 30th is when this is coming out. So those were the birthdays. And 1846, the anesthetic ether made its first debut.
I don't even know what that is.
And it's ether. It's like fucking chloroforming somebody, basically.
Okay.
And it was used for the first time by an American dentist, Dr. William Morton, to extract a tooth.
Oh.
So just chloroform somebody.
Yeah.
and just rip the
Basically,
teeth
yeah.
out.
Does it smell like chloroform? Oh, I pulled your wisdom
Anesthetic
teeth out.
And then, like-
anesthetic ether is no fucking joke. Like, you can knock somebody the fuck
Yeah,
out
like,
with
why
that
is your
shit. Yeah.
gene imprinted on my forehead after you removed my tooth, and I have no idea what happened.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was no good.
Yeah.
And then sadder one, it's also the anniversary of James Dean's death,
What year is that?
1955.
Okay.
Lived from 1931 to 1955. 24 years old.
Wow.
Crushed by the car, or killed in a car, wasn't
Yeah.
he?
Wow.
That haunted, cursed car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking
And
about.
that his one pic, like just him in the jacket,
Mhm.
like that is the perfect
pretty
picture.
iconic.
Like, I personally, like, it's like any picture of anybody, unless it's like I don't know. I can't even compare it to anything. That's the coolest picture of an individual.
I'm trying to
Just
visualize.
the
I know
swagger,
the
the jacket,
like
it just.
Pull it up for me.
I wish I had that on a shirt. Like it is
Just the picture of him wearing.
Just the picture of him
I
wearing
think
it.
I know the picture, but for some reason I'm drawing a blank. So
It
I'm
is
just gonna pull it up right there.
I know. It is one pictures of an individual that I will say is the coolest picture ever.
Okay. Oh, he's gonna pull up here, and then I'm gonna walk.
Especially
out.
because
which one is it? There's a bunch. You pick which one is the right one.
I think it's this original one, but generally I've seen it more zoomed in about there. So it'd be like that.
Right,
picture.
got it. Yeah, I know.
So
I
usually
know.
you see it's a bit more
Yeah.
zoomed in about there, so it's torso up.
Because
but
I've also seen.
I think it's also because it's classic cool. If you picture some greaser dude in a hot rod,
Yeah.
generally it's James Dean's coming to the forefront.
All right, I'm gonna be right back. What time are we at? Just so I can timestamp it. Yeah, 2:22. 20
All right.
for editing purposes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the walk home because we're so close to home is not. It's not too bad.
Yep.
It's kind of a nice
I
walk.
still
I remember
don't like walking.
I remember walking home from the pubs back before COVID, and it was kind of nice because you just get some fresh air, a 10-minute walk back home, and you're just relaxing. My brother actually, he's funny. We used to go hang out at our buddy's garage, which was in town.
Titled The Garage.
Everyone who listens knows exactly what we're talking about. But he would him and I. It's actually funny. So I'll just backtrack a little bit. My brother and I got really close in the past, probably 4 or 5 years, because we started realizing that our friend group completely overlapped. So we would both go to a party, and both of our friend groups were there.
Yeah.
But vice versa, and it was just kind of funny.
Yeah.
So we would walk home together, but he would look at me and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna run home." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah. You okay with that?" I'm like, "Do it." And buddy would be fucking gone. He
Yeah,
just
I remember those
sprints
days.
home. He'd be home in 3 minutes, and I'm sitting there enjoying myself. I'd
Having
have
a
another
leisurely stroll that
have
you're not
another
going to remember in the morning.
beer on the walk home, get some fresh air.
Yeah.
And I get home and he's already in bed, lights out, done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
remember.
I took a page out of that book a couple times.
Yeah. No, I remember me and your brother got close because I used to coach him in hockey because I was the youngest member of the coaching staff.
Right.
And then your brother being one of the older kids on the team and the whole friend group's overlapping thing. I'd have to have some level of professional composure, but we'd be in the dressing room and he'd start bringing up all the events from the previous night. And it's just mm-mm. I wasn't there.
Don't talk about the parties.
The older gentlemen in the room don't need to know what I get up to in my spare time.
Yeah.
Nothing that was anything bad, but it's still not professional.
Exactly.
You're trying to be professional amongst
Yeah.
a group of your peers.
Yeah,
which is hard to do.
Yeah, especially in our small town.
Yeah.
And then on the walk home thing, I had a party probably midsummer, and it was up the street from my house. I used to longboard a lot. I still have my longboards, and it was all downhill from this party.
Right.
Literally downhill, not the
enough that you
sense of
didn't
me
have to
being there.
you didn't have to pump
Yeah.
yourself down the hill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and not even the metaphorical sense of me being there. It was just a downhill journey the
Yeah.
entire time. But yeah, the party finished and it was a perfect summer night. It was warm out. It was dark. The street light, everything was perfect. I lit a smoke, got on the board, and it was the ride itself was perfect, and then it was just all the nostalgia that came back from high school and being young again, and just zero responsibility. All that mattered
still
was
have my longboard.
I'm enjoying my cruise home, and it was the weight of the world off the shoulders for that
Oh,
ride.
yeah.
Yeah. I want to
it
get a
was
longboard for that
perfect.
reason.
I love my longboard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely something I want to get a longboard just for that reason, just commuting back. Actually, it's funny. I remember bringing up the idea to my brother. I was like, "Hey man, do you want to pitch and get a golf cart?" And I texted that to him while I was at work one day because I was just kind of cycling through Kijiji, and he just responded to me with one line, and I'll never forget it. He was like, "That sounds like a DUI waiting to happen."
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I don't think I would be that irresponsible, but it's a fair
No,
point to bring up.
It's not even the fact that you're irresponsible, but it's the fact that everyone goes it's a golf cart.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. It's the shrug of the shoulders moment.
Because you kind of forget that still driving a bike, a bicycle, drunk is illegal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's a fine line in my own mentality where a golf cart's still a vehicle and it's a toy.
Yeah.
There's a very fine line based on whatever judgment you're making, because I know half the people we know are crushing beers and driving golf carts around.
Oh hell yeah,
every Sunday.
absolutely.
Yeah, like swinging clubs and
Yeah,
driving golf carts around, and they're like, it's like I'm gonna do it there. I could probably do it just going back and forth.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then,
Why not? It's a good way to get around with no driver's license.
Yeah, right. But they're expensive.
I know
They're
they
like
are.
a few $1,000s because like it's like the battery alone is worth like a couple grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. I'm just gonna bring this up with my brother. He's still out west doing his tree reforestation thing. And so out of his crew, he's one of the few that extended his contract to do a different job within the company, while the rest kind of like finish their season, go on vacation, do some traveling, whatever. And his buddy like came up to him and was like, "Oh, you're extending your contract?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you want to like live in my trailer since I can't bring it with me?" And my brother's like, "Obviously, yeah." So my brother's like, he's like living the dream out there. He's got no like living expenses. He paid like, I think he said to me, it was like $40 for insurance, and that covered him for like the season.
That's it.
And he's living in a trailer that has like, you know, a fridge if he needs it. It's got the propane tank. I don't know how much he's actually using of it, but like, dude's living the dream. My brother's like, I don't know, he figured it out.
Yeah, no, it's the same with
West Coast life is like so chill.
Same
Apparently,
with same with my cousin. Like he's out east.
yeah.
You sent me an ad.
Yeah, I sent you an ad.
He
I
sent
was
me
like,
an ad on Instagram.
"Is this your cousin?"
Is this my cousin? It's just him hiking the mountains, and he's just the guy looking back in like the line of
Really?
people hiking
Yeah,
the mountains. He's just the guy looking back, and like he did the same thing. Like he's with the Canadian Wildlife Federation, and like they like started out just day camps, being a counselor or whatever, and like just what everyone did for a summer job as a kid, and he just stuck it through and ended up being like within this position in the Canadian Wildlife Federation. So now
Damn.
he's like out east. They pretty much gave him a house to live in while he works for them, and he's just going out and taking care of animals and like
That's fucked.
getting paid half decent money to do it, and like he's just
Yeah.
chill doing exactly what he wants to
I
do.
kind of
just
wish
living the dream.
I wish when I was like done high school that I knew that these types of jobs were like available.
Right.
And they're not
I
like,
know.
I'm not gonna say they're easy jobs to get, but they're not like difficult. Like, you know, they're hungry for people because these are jobs that no one seems to know about. Like my brother got into the reforestation thing, and it's like, yeah, you don't have to have like a lot of know-how or skills or whatever. You just need to be able to go and grind out the planting of the trees. And he showed me his pay stubs a couple times, and I don't remember the dollar values, but he's planting like thousands of trees a day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like he said that if you do like less than 1,500 trees a day, that's weak. And then I
Yeah.
saw on his pay stub, like one day he had like 3,500 trees, and I'm like, damn, bro, like how the fuck did you do that? He's
Yeah.
like, my brother made a joke to me, and one of our neighbors who we hung out with, you know who I'm talking about,
Yep.
and he was like, yeah, the job sucks. I was like, why do you do it? He's like, because that region is like the dopest shit you'll ever experience.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So the job is hard work. You know, it's all day long. You're living out in these boonies, like you're living like a total wildlife.
Yeah.
But he's like like my brother sends me snaps while he's working, and like all you see is like trees, mountains, and lakes and sky.
Yeah.
There's no buildings. There's no pollution.
Yeah. You're in the middle of the woods.
There's like, it's literally the most like beautiful scenery that you ever can experience.
Yeah. That's like a close friend of ours. She was just out in BC.
Yeah.
And every time she sent me a Snapchat, it was the guy she was traveling with was just taking a piss. but like he's taking a piss over the edge of a cliff, looking over like a perfect lake tree
Yeah.
scenery, and I'm like, it looks like Rick's toilet from like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Like, every time this guy's taking a piss, and it's just
awesome.
like, sign me up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for real.
Like
let's go
you
out
think
west.
you think Lake Louise looks nice, which it does. I'm not going to say it doesn't, but like all you can see 1,000 pictures of Lake Louise from every single person who takes a picture there. And it's like none of that compares to like being up in the middle of the fucking like north end of Alberta or BC, like middle of butt fuck nowhere.
Yeah.
He sent me a snap one day of like they got one of their vehicles stuck in the mud. And it was so funny because he's like, oh yeah, like, you know, they couldn't get it out, so we got a helicopter lift out of there. Cheers.
Cheers.
Helicopter lift. Like,
Yeah. Casual.
when your daily commute to work is a helicopter ride, like you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Sign me up.
Yeah, right.
I know. I want to be. Well, I don't even know how much money it costs. I gotta look into it. But like, if anyone's an Ontario resident, and if anyone's not, like our highways when during cottage season are so bad.
Oh yeah.
that it's justifiable that you drive the opposite direction to Toronto, hop on a plane that can land you in your lake where your cottage is.
It depends how far you are. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's justifiable to skip. Well, even like financially, I would pay an extra $200-$300. I don't care to skip 5 hours of Friday cottage traffic.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing with a lot of cottagers. Like people who have cottages, like east of Perry Sound in the middle of nowhere. It's like a 2.5 hour drive from the GTA. Like that's 5 hours.
Yeah.
Plus packing and loading in, like 10 hours of your weekend.
Just packing and traveling.
Yeah, and now ever since COVID and everyone wants to get outside, like cottage traffic now starts on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then will continue for the entirety of Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And most of Saturday morning.
And Saturday morning now.
Yep.
And if mind-blowing enough how many people are traveling to Northern Ontario
it's like
from
driving,
the population. Like
it's
the
like
amount of
driving
people.
into Toronto on the weekends is almost easier than driving out of Toronto on the weekends.
Yeah, it is. Well, considering that, like, what is it, like 80% of Ontario's population is in Southern Ontario?
Yeah, I think like...
And then people, like, just scatter on the
I think,
weekends,
like,
like over hundreds of kilometers.
I think Ontario by itself is like 50% of Canada's population or something like that. It's not, maybe not that high, but it's like a majority of Canada's population is within Ontario, and like a majority of that population is within the GTA.
Right. And I forget the stat. I read something like, I'd have to get fact checks on this hard, but it's like the population of Canada is less than that in London, England.
Yeah.
But the entirety of England can fit in Lake Ontario.
Yeah. It's the congestion, right? Even if you're thinking about like India and China and shit, like the freaking amount of people they have on their land is like...
Oh, I watched a whole montage the other day of just people in India trying to get on a train.
Yeah.
And people are literally hanging onto the roof of the train like it's like some epic action movie.
They hang off the front of it.
This guy's in a business suit being like, I got a meeting today. Like, let me just jump on this train.
Yeah, literally jump onto it.
Yeah, and me, I'm like, I'm going to be late, but there's like one too many people in this elevator. Like, like, I'm just like, I'm not going to go.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it's so different.
Oh, man.
So different.
Yeah. But no, if I could, I know that's the goal though. Own the property. It's just get up north, get gone.
And that's it.
And I think I just want a log cabin house. Not even like a log cabin house, like more extravagant than just a basic log cabin house, but one made of logs.
It looks like a little log, but then you walk in, it's like the tent in Harry Potter.
Yeah, exactly. And
it looks like a little tent, and you walk in, it's like this extravagant thing.
Yeah, and I want a full wraparound porch.
There's actually
around the entirety of the house. Yeah.
There's this really
I want to be able to walk
house.
out any door and sit down.
Yeah.
There's a really cool house, and I haven't been able to find it because I actually went out driving a few weeks ago to look for it. Somewhere in Caledon on one of the side roads. I remember when I worked in my old job, I used to do deliveries because I worked for a co-op, and I would deliver like horse feed and grain to different farms. And there was this family who moved here from England, but they brought their house with them, and it was a log house.
Holy.
But the log house consisted of 3 individual log barns.
Okay.
That they had combined together, and every single log was numbered based on the way they took it apart.
Okay,
in
so
England.
that was going to be my question. They took it apart. They didn't just like get a military chopper and load this house into there and ship it over here.
They took each log apart, piled it up on a ship or in shipping containers or how, I don't know. I didn't know that detail of like how they got it here, but it was shipped here, reassembled on the property, and it was like, honestly, it might have been the most beautiful house I've ever seen in my life. Not necessarily because of the aesthetic, which was, breathtaking on its own, but the story behind it. And I was like, yeah, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life. You have 3 barns that make up a house, and then you have another log barn for your horses and shit on the side.
See, I don't know if I could do that big of a move.
No, that was insane.
Yeah.
No, in general, but like moving country's one thing, but moving to the same, like I'd want change.
The same house, just in a different spot.
As much. Like if like the way you talk about it, if it's the most beautiful house ever, then like understandable. But like I don't think if I'm moving for change of scenery,
you want
change. I want change in general. And like when I talk about my log cabin house, I'm probably talking about like Iron Man's house in Infinity War when he's in the middle of nowhere on the edge of the lake.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I want that house.
Yeah, I'd get that.
I want to
too.
love that house 3000.
Good reference.
There you go. Yeah, no, but I don't think I could ship an entire house. I already see people like when they do. You see it on the
Yeah.
highway, and like the entire house is on a single flatbed
Yeah.
truck,
Yeah.
like going down the highway. Like,
This thing was next level. Like it wasn't even. I can't even explain
yeah,
like how the story was, because like the person. I mean, I was delivering like a pickup truck load of feed to their farm.
Right.
Like I had, whatever time it took me to unload the truck, and then sit around for a second and just ask the person about the house, because
yeah,
I delivered feed and grain to a lot of different farms in that time period of my life, and this was the only one that I was like, this is fucking dope.
yeah. Have you seen that barn when you're on your way to Newmarket? If you go through Kettleby, and
No.
so there's if you're going, I'll just say Jane. So if you're taking Jane from Kettleby up or south towards Newmarket, on your right hand side, you'll see like a giant U-shaped horse barn.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like as big as any
A
house
Walmart?
I could
Yeah.
dream of imagining.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
like
I'll have to check this out.
check that out.
It's got
So,
like these delicate porches and shit all
yeah,
over
yeah,
it.
yeah. So all the farm hands live in there.
Yeah.
With the
the
horses and
upstairs
stuff.
is apartments.
Yeah. So if you were to look beyond that, you can see the house that like actually owns the property.
Right.
And this thing is a monstrosity of
Yeah.
a castle.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
the people used to own hospitals and sold hospitals and then built this
Yeah.
house. Like it is crazy.
There
I
is- The
wish.
money.
There's a lot of horse
There's
money in our
hospital
area.
money mixed with horse
yeah.
money.
There's a lot of horse money in our area, and there's an old joke that a lot of equestrians used to say. It's like, how do you become a millionaire? Well, you start out a billionaire and then get into being equestrian or get into horses.
Yeah, yeah.
And you become
There's-
a millionaire
there's
real
car
quick.
jokes like that. They just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
start how do you turn a billionaire to a millionaire, become a car guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think there's a couple definitely car owners around us that are decent enough collections to prove that theory.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we are fortunate enough to live in the same area as the Happy Hippie.
Yeah.
And anyone who looks up the Happy Hippie on just Google
If
Happy
if
Hippie,
anybody has been on any car page in the GTA and you see the Bugatti Chiron with the license plate "funds are low,"
yeah,
Yeah.
the like the amber or like metallic purplish red.
burgundy.
And I
with
will
the- with the-
100% appreciate that man because he doesn't. I won't say he does, like he dresses himself like his own part,
Yeah, he's
but
straight
like
up
he
like
doesn't.
out of the 70s.
He doesn't
is
necessarily fit the
100%
stereotype of a guy that owns a Bugatti
He is
Chiron.
100% authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Like
he-
everything about him. And even if you were to approach him on the street, if you saw him, he's dressed in all the
Tie-dye.
Tie-dye, thank you.
Tie-dye.
Like everything he's wearing is tie-dye, and he's got the
beard
hippie
and
circle
hair,
glasses.
Yeah,
If you say, "Hey, like, love your car," he's giving you that time. Like he's so
No,
happy.
He's
to
100%
talk
about it, and yeah, he doesn't look the stereotype to own the type of cars that he
No.
owns. And
I don't
it's,
think
and
the
it's-
guy owns a suit.
yeah, no, and it's funny when you're at the car shows because you see the Bugatti there, and like we were at one the other weekend, and he had the Bugatti there, and like everyone's like, "Oh, who owns that car?"
It's a Chiron.
Yeah, who owns that car? Who owns this car? And you're like, "Oh, it's that guy sitting in the folding chair, like over there."
Yeah.
And they're like, "What?"
The guy drinking a PBR out of his
There's-
Walmart lawn chair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like sitting in all tie dye with his scruffy beard, and like,
Yeah.
There's
no,
a
they're like,
really-
you're joking. And it's like, no, he's the nicest person in the world.
Yeah,
and like,
exactly.
he's
There's a
such
really
humble
funny
guy.
picture on there's a Facebook page called Toronto Car Spotting,
Yeah.
and there's a picture of I think it is the Chiron actually, just parked beside a building, and like in the distance you can see him. His name's Tim. You can see him on the steps of this building with a bunch of people around him, just like.
Yeah.
And obviously these people are talking to him, asking about the car, and a lot of the people are just like, "Oh my god, who owns this thing?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, it's that guy in the fucking tie-dye on the steps behind the car."
Yeah.
And they're like, "No, it's not him." I'm like, "Yeah, he has the best car collection in probably all of Ontario."
Yeah, and it's funny when you see him at the car shows because if it's like an open enough field, like he's in the tie dye on like a hoverboard ripping around, and like he's an older gentleman, like
Yeah.
so like to see him in tie dye on a hoverboard ripping around and like who is that? He's like he owns that. You're just like, what?
Like makes no sense.
Yeah, it like at first glance it makes no sense, and then you get to know the guy, and he is a beautiful soul, and like it makes complete sense by the time you're done talking to him. Yeah. So
even when I was he has an open house that he used to do every year before COVID.
yeah, he's
for
one of the world's
charity.
best man caves.
Yeah, he's got the best man. It's so cool, and he's like he does
And
this
that's
open
like,
house.
that's not even like me claiming world's best man cave. It's on a list somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It
Yeah,
is.
oh, yeah.
He's got the most like he's got the best collection of like cars, motorcycles, memorabilia, Hot Wheels.
Comparable to like
He has,
Jay
like-
Leno at this point.
Like, think of this
He's on that
room.
list.
This room we're in, imagine it twice the size with like a wall down the middle. Every single wall, ceiling to floor, Hot Wheels.
Damn.
All
Yeah.
just hung up on the
That's
wall.
pretty dope, actually.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's something else. Definitely. Like he's got possibly the best car collection or the best collection of stuff like
And
in
that's dope.
Ontario.
And and he'll give you the time of day, which is
Oh, yeah.
also equally the best part.
At his open houses where he just has people like they come pay their entry fee and all the entry fee goes to charities. He's always around on his little golf cart talking to different people. I remember he even said, he just drove past me and was like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Oh my God, he's talking to me."
Yeah.
It's like
And like when he does like open houses, like we're not just saying like he opens the gate to the house. Like there's fair rides, and
Oh,
like
yeah, I
like
know.
he go like
It's like
fair
Neverland.
rides, Ferris wheels. Yeah, like he's got rides everywhere. You get a tour of his house, and like he doesn't even collect a single penny from it. Like it all goes straight to charity.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
He doesn't need the money.
No.
he's righteous.
Yeah.
He's righteous, bro.
Righteous. Far
Goals.
out, dude.
Goals.
Anyways, I think we're at that point, boys. It's been
Yeah.
I don't know what the longest Dick Van Mike Show podcast has been so far, but this is up there.
Twice with me apparently.
Well, this is this is easily a 2.5 hour plus podcast.
Well, it's all for your birthday. Like we're here spending time with you because we love you.
Well, I appreciate it, but I mean, like, even if it wasn't my birthday, if you were here, I feel like the same conversations would happen, and we're here for a long enough time, anyways.
Yeah, no, I enjoy being here. Conversation flows as it always does. I
I-
think we've been doing this for years already.
I appreciate you bringing Ang. Yeah, we've
Yeah.
been doing this for years.
Last time I
like,
was on the podcast, we had a giant conversation about Avatar.
yeah.
So I brought you an Ang.
Go ahead and listen to that episode with Matt. The audio is a bit fucked, but
The content is
there's
funny.
some embarrassing content. It's not my finest hour, but
None of us. I have equally as many bad stories. And yeah. Like I'll throw each other under the bus in that
we all
one.
threw each other under the bus on that one for sure, and it was a good time. But thank you for bringing Ang. Thank you for bringing yourself.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Mike, thanks for preparing all the notes because my phone was dead. Yeah, good time.
Oh,
and you're
nice,
tired.
son.
You got an early day tomorrow.
Yeah.
But tomorrow for us is race day.
It's
I'm looking forward to it.
the Dick Van Prix.
It's the Dick Van Prix 2021,
Yeah.
and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you
I
guys
will,
very much.
It'll probably be saved in my Twitch VODs on the website, but I'll also be recording it so these guys can post it
Well,
on YouTube. I'll
also-
probably also post it on
I was
YouTube.
gonna say you can also post it on the Scatterhouse YouTube channel that we made that hasn't been used yet.
Oh yeah, we do have that. I forgot that even
It's
existed.
something that we can do.
Yeah, and for the listeners, yeah, all three of us are part of like an online gaming community that we have dubbed Scatterhouse. Because
It's growing.
how did we even? Okay, so we got
You
the
did.
names.
It's
yeah,
all you.
So
It's all you.
So the name Scatterhouse was originally we were joking about getting like a house together and doing a content house, like all these online people
Yeah.
were doing, and they're like, oh yeah, we can't afford that. So I guess we're in a scattered kind of house, and then it was just like, oh shit,
Scatterhouse.
Scatterhouse. So we are Scatterhouse. We have a building online community. It's a very positive, supporting community.
Yeah, there's a
it's-
Discord channel or link in both. I think my Instagram.
Yep.
What do you call it?
Linktree.
Linktree. I don't know if you have.
I don't have the Discord.
Okay, so
link.
my
Yeah.
Linktree, you can get to that. So
You probably
that's
have to
easy.
change it at this point. It's been reread every time I stream. It
Yeah.
seems to be different. But yeah, check it out if you're on Discord. It's got room for literally every single person from every walk of life. If
Yeah.
you want to be part of it, you're more than welcome. For checking out these guys stream, if you're on Twitch, it'll be on my page. So it's twitch.tv/tubesock. That's TUUBESOCK. Tubesock.
Tube Sock.
You can check me out on Instagram too. I'm on there. I post mostly on there, not so much on TikTok, but I do have TikTok.
TikTok.
TikTok. I'm a little TikTarded when it comes to TikTok. So I'm figuring that one out. But if you want to check it out, and then we'll also have a YouTube video or YouTube channel under the same thing. I think it's got one video of me just screaming like a little girl playing a video game.
I'm playing the scary games.
Playing the scary games, and then I'll be posting this VOD after 48 hours or whatever the Twitch guidelines are for their owning our property.
Yeah.
And then you can check it out there as well as on the Dick Van Mike YouTube page as well once it's all recorded, said, and done.
Boom.
Cool. So you already did your socials. TUUBESOCK.
Tube Sock.
Instagram, Twitch.
Everything is all the same. TUUBE Sock.
Boom.
Boom.
All right. Mikey, what's your personal socials?
You can find me at MADalessandro20 on Instagram, where you'll find the link to my streaming endeavors as well as the show.
All right. Cool.
Boom.
Boom.
And I'm
Where can they find you?
at Richard Hartnett on Instagram, and I have a link tree where you can find everything else that's related to either streaming, professional portfolio, which probably shouldn't be advertised on this show, but here we are anyways, and whatever else I have my portfolio.
And where can they find the show, birthday boy?
The show is at the Dick Van Mike Show on Instagram and Facebook.
Best podcast ever.
Sure, I'll go with that.
I'll take it.
And at Dick Van Mike on Twitter, which really doesn't get used. We're just trying to get Elon Musk's attention to go to Mars.
Let's do it.
But there's links there to everything else that we do, and some music stuff that Mike and I recorded years back in the past, which is kind of entertaining to listen to once in a while on SoundCloud.
Go check them out.
Yeah, make sure you hit the follow or subscribe or
And the auto
the
download.
auto download button on all the streaming platforms, which is a Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube Music, Google Podcasts, and I guess YouTube as well. Hit that notification bell for a new video every week. I will get on top of that. And I think that's pretty much where we stand, boys. We are pretty much just scraping almost 3 hours. We're
Perfect.
at about 2 hours, 45
That
minutes.
long form conversation, baby.
There we
Hop
go.
on in.
It's a good time.
Except it's pretty much just like three
We're in
kids
Joe
with
Rogan.
ADD just jumping around on
We're-
topics
We're
here.
in Joe Rogan territory around here.
But again, to you, sir, happy birthday.
Thank you. Mike, you got an empty glass. You can still cheers, though, bro.
It's like bad luck.
Bad luck.
luck.
It is
Oh,
bad
air
luck.
cheers.
Yeah.
Air cheers. Thank you. You boys are great.
Yes,
Wonderful.
happy to be here.
Wonderful guest. And thank you very much. We'll see you guys
Next week,
next week for something else. And,
episode 40.
Episode 40. Big milestone for us.
Boom.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cool.
Let's
Thank
do
you.
it. Episode 40. Lordy 40.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.